Привет, привет! Здравейте, драги смехулковци. Денят е 24-ти. Става по-малко от седмица до това аз да си вдигна чоколата, да отида в Калифорния и никога повече да не се върна. Нали така? Шегувам се. Няма. Ще се върна, обещавам. При това ще се върна с подаръчета, за каквито там сте ми намекнали, че много искате, така че приемам последни поръчки от Близкона. Не се престаравайте, защото все пак трябва да го поверя в багажа. Краличке, хело. Харесва ли ти Tangle Tower, краличке? Не знам дали успяваш да гледаш. Това беше една от игричките, които си мислех, че ако имахме начин да се синхронизираме по-добре, можеше да играем двамата. Трябва да се събере в куфара. Абсолютно да. Но ще измисля поне как да ти събера матчето, което ми линкваш издайнически. Краличка в куфар. Краличката ще се събере в куфара, да. Ако си избера достатъчно компактен. Не, всъщност глупости. Ще я кажа достатъчно компактен куфар, но това предполага, че краличката е още по-малко, отколкото е всъщност. Ти само си гледаш? Нека има малко място в този куфар. Ще имаш. Да сложа нагревател с акумулаторче, че в багажното на самолета няма да е драго. Там студено ли е? И защо знаеш, че е студено? Била ли си в багажно на самолет, Нора? По някаква причина. Привет, Смоук. Така, докъде го бях докарал вчера? Едва ли особено топло. Аз имам някакви сгрешени представи за това кой ден сме днес и какво се случва изобщо. Аз си викам, къде изчезна Нора, защо не е стримвала следобеда. А то просто стрима е четвъртък, а не в сряда. Right. Аз съм бил единственото стримче вчера. You refrain from answering. Представям си как пристигаш и на suitcase или в бъчвичка, в бъчонка. Бъчонка е прекрасна дума. Вярвам, че ще се съгласите. Следобеда. Да, вчера цъкам нещо и поглеждам канал и си викам Нора нещо изпържила днес, що не стримва. И оказва се, че просто движа с един ден напред. Бъчонка е супер малко. Прекалено малко ли е за Нора? Намекваш, че Нора е твърде габаритна мома, че да се побере в нещо, което се казва бъчонка. И на нея си трябва една чистокръвна бъчва. Или може би дори бидон. Последни дни, в които надигам евентуално този мъг, by the way. Време е да се сбогувам с него. Тук пише едно толкова ретро вече Diablo 3 на нея. Сега с йогата можеш и в бъчонка да се събереш. Дайте ми още 2-3 години. Добре. Когато почнеш да се събираш и в бъклица, ето тогава вече ще събереш немалко погледи. Бидон. Абсолютно, краличка. Бидона е класика. Бидона е българска класика. Ти къде си претакаш зелето зимъска, краличке, ако не в бидона? И да излизаш по няколко пъти на вечер, за да го продухваш като съвестен балкански субект. Бидонът ти е много, трябва да се отървем от този труп. What the fuck, не ти ли е по-скоро? Трябва да претакам зелето. Привет, Коди! Радвам се да те видя следобедно. Докъде бяхме докарали този така чаровен случай? Мисля, че сме говорили с всички поне веднъж. Има много улики, за които не сме разпитали всички, особено от по-ранните NPC-та, от типа на Флора и Феликс, които примерно последните 7, 8, 10 улики, изобщо не сме говорили с тях относно самите предмети. Така че имаме 2 стаи, много улики и поне още няколко часа приключения. Кога почнах? Почти на време. Аз винаги започвам на време. Какъв беше? A wizard is always on time. Само не мога да си спомня тук в астрономическата кула. Мисля, че бяхме наредили. Да, наредили сме пъзела. Отърва? Не си се отървал. Тепърва започвам, Кико. Започнах с скучни шеги на тема краличката и нейните габарити и това как ще ви нося неща от Близкон. Искаш ли нещо от Близкон, Кико? Приемам последни поръчки.
It's a chart of the solar system. Which planet are you from, Sally?
Студеният поглед на Сали казва всичко. Добре. С господин Пойнтър говорили ли сме си всичко, докато още съм при него? Why, yes I have. Добре, поне господин Пойнтър е изръшкан. За зелен знам, а по-бързко ти звучи да разбъркаш джибрите. Спомням си преди години, супер редовно минах покрай едно даскало и някак си незнайно всеки божи път, като мина покрай него, миришеше на джибри. Така като се върна, дори е леко притеснително. Мисля, че беше основно училище. Брутален екшен фигър на орк. Те мисля, че тази година Близкон бонуса или част от пакета на Близкон е точно фигурка на фракция по избор, в смисъл или алианска, или ордска. Ама не съм на 100% сигурен. Май беше това. Мисля, че беше това. Поправете ме, ако греша. Така, имаме стаята на Пенелопи и стаята на Попи. Айде първо стаята на Попи, тъй като първо тя се беше отключила, да ги караме една по една. Наблизо има череша и нечистият покрива. Holy shit, ти си гений, Смолк. Най-вероятно е точно това. Изобщо не съм се замислял. Да, това прилича на стаята на Попи. Норче, не знам дали беше тук вчера, но само ще ти направя една кратка демонстрация. Решихме, че ти, независимо дали искаш или не, ще правиш косплей на Попи. That is Poppi. И освен това тя има очарователен маниер на изразяване. Слушай само. Да я знам кой да си избра. Айде някой, който не сме слушали.
Feathers flashing in the light, from a sunbeam gleaming bright. I shield my eyes and turn my head, but all at once I've been misled. Light is shining on the stage, but through the railings of a cage. Eavesdrop what the stars are saying, earthly tether slowly fraying, floating helpless from the worst of jealous hunger, selfish thirst. Take a moment, kneel and meet the flowers growing at your feet.
О! Това беше стихчето посветено на баща й. Който е бая странна птица. Изобщо всичките тук са адски чалнати и предлагам просто всеки да си избере по някой и да му ударим един групов косплей. Главата й прилича на бананче, you can totally do it. Човек, абсолютно можеш. Не знам как се чувстваш спрямо отсветяването на косата в по-тъмни цветове.
I think it's kind of cruel to keep 3 birds in one cage like that.
Does Penny not let them out to fly?
Oh, she does. She must do. But I don't think they're allowed to go far. Penny can be a little...
Но поне червилото го имаш.
You get some weird insects around here, but I've never seen one like that.
I'm not sure anyone has.
Freya might have. She used to keep beetles in a box.
Така е, имаше вивариум в стаята на Фрея.
Why?
For fun, obviously.
Чувате ли играта добре, впрочем, и моят глас съответно? Окей ли е баланса на звука? Краличке, аз ти предлагам да си хокшо. Come on. Come on. Come on. You can pull off a hawkshaw. Добре, сериозно обаче. Да си върва поред, за да не изтървем поредността на местата и събитията. Хело, Юрка! Тъй. Увършаваме стаята именно на Попи, така че да се огледаме. Какво е
It's
това?
an octopus.
Fair enough.
No, it's not.
It's not.
It has 6 legs, not 8. Don't say it.
Sextopus.
Sheet music.
It's
Presumably.
only a few notes.
Oops.
I'd barely even call that music.
Yeah, it's been framed though. Must be important for some reason.
Разписана кратка мелодия. The sheet has been framed and is decorated with delicate, old-fashioned illustrations. Ще питаме Попи за това, със сигурност.
There's a name for this kind of piano. You know, these ones that stand upright?
Like an upright piano. Да. Изражението и казва всичко. Какво стана с седюсър играта? Отказах се, човек. Безнадежден съм, днес се опитах да заговоря касиерката в вила и дори не ме погледна. Камо ли да ми се усмихне. Беше ужасно.
A big glass door
Голяма стъклена врата.
leads out into a garden. Somehow.
Както стаята на Попи, така и тази на Фиц водят към една и съща градина, която е някакси в самото имение.
There's a little mechanism by the handle.
Slide the lid open. Huh.
I guess we'll come back later.
Oh, thank goodness, there are 7 lit candles. Wouldn't want it to be dark in here. Oh, thank wouldn't want it to be
същото казва.
dark.
Червената роза от, ако не греша, портрета и с Фиц, или поне скицата, в която са тя и Фиц.
A single red rose. How very traditional.
Yeah, weird.
Various handmade posters.
What do you think those symbols mean?
Hopefully, nothing.
Какъв е този summoning circle на земята?
Ah, yes, a giant symbol drawn in chalk on the floor. Always a good omen.
It's an eye.
Супер!
More handwritten sheet music.
That is the bed of a vampire.
I thought vampires slept in coffins.
This is a vampire who needs firm support for their lower back.
Именно. И аз като вампир, който има нужда от съпорт на кръстчето, подкрепям избора на легло. Привет, Any Other Sunday. Отдавна ли се цъка игличката? Признавам си без бой, аз и вчера го казах, аз съм я играл вече, веднъж. Тя беше за кратко ексклузив в Apple Arcade и онзи ден я пуснаха и в Steam. Сравнително близо сме до финала, аз нарочно се старая максимално да обходим всичко, да говорим с всеки, да видим максимума от озвучението и арта й, но не е особено дълга игра. По-голямата част минах вчера, мисля, че днес имаме още горе-долу един стрим време. Но съм сигурен, че всеки опитен квестаджия ще я смели ей така. Дали? Щом аз съм я минал, смятайте, нали? Ако ви бива повече в тези игри.
That is the bed of a vampire.
I thought
This is
vampires.
a vampire who needs
Няма
firm
повече реплики тук. Ти какво
It's a
си?
metronome for keeping time.
Look closer.
It's ticking. Is it a bomb?
Гримуар.
It's supposed to be ticking. Not sure what those symbols are, though.
Добре. И какво правиш? Така. Maybe?
There we go.
Вода. Дали има различно от предишния геймплей или друг финал? Мисля, че няма да има алтернативен финал по никакъв начин. Чудя се дали не съм пропуснал една-две optional загадки и ще се опитам сега да ги намеря в това playthrough. Но мисля, че си е просто праволинейна игричка с
Perfect.
единичен сюжет.
What happened?
A little hatch unlocked in the back.
Anything in there?
It's a photograph.
Има optional загадки. Аз мисля, че поне някаква част от тези всичките улики не са задължителни. Тоест има немалък шанс и вчерашни и днешни загадки да са били напълно optional и просто за контекст към историята. Но има едно-две места, на които си мислех, че има загадки, докато играх първото playthrough, но понеже играта не ме предупреди в един момент, че има, нали, както му викат, a point of no return, в смисъл продължава си нататък и не можеш да се върнеш назад. Та понеже не ме предупреди и не можех да се върна към някакви помещения, на едни места си мислех, че има загадка, но така и не успях да се върна към тях.
Part of a photograph.
Част от фотография. Hello! The ripped photo shows a young girl with blonde hair and pink clothes. The girl in the photo is using a bright pink cassette player with matching headphones. The rest of the photo shows Fifi and Freya. It was hidden in Freya's room. Това е Попи. Това тотално е Попи, преди да стане готическа мацка и да хлътне по фиц.
There's something about that pink cassette tape.
You think?
Something suspicious.
Let's ask Poppy about it.
Ей, след мъничко. Чакай само да огледаме стаята.
Just a bunch of clothes on the floor.
С което не мога да се идентифицирам по никакъв начин.
Nothing weird about that.
Nope.
To you.
Краличка. This is you. This is you. И аз съм си гримуар. Имаш и той си изнервил до козирката, защото с нощно инсталиране на Nvidia драйвери нещо се бъдне в момента и Photoshop refresh ти е all over the place. No! Защо ще държиш дрехи на пода, of all places? Просторене? Окей. Има място за всички дрехи и чорапи.
More handwritten sheet music.
A lamp. It is most definitely turned off. Empty. Anything in the wardrobe?
Dresses mostly. I never realized there are so many shades of black.
Толкова много оттенъци на черното. Не мога.
Various handmade posters.
What do you think those...
Същия коментар. Окей. Да кажем, че това е от стаята на Попи. Въпреки, че...
A big glass door leads out into...
There's a little mechanism.
Символите тук... Не ви ли напомнят на нещо? Чуда се вас ли да ви остава да минете това пазар
I guess we'll come back later.
или да дадете предположение за него. Ето и стаята на Пени. Пенелопи. Pointer.
A little tea set. Looks recently used.
One of the cups has tea in it.
What's in the other one?
Birdseed.
Семена за птичета. Личи си, че е орнитоложка.
That bed. It's like something from a fairy tale.
Does it feel warm over here, or is it just me?
Топло.
No, you're right. Maybe the bed has some kind of heater.
It's not coming from the bed. It's coming from the wall.
Идва от стената. Тук има нещо.
That bed.
Does it feel
No,
it's not
същия
coming from
коментара.
the bed?
Traveling cases.
Empty. All of them. It's a birdhouse.
Are those real birds? Nope. They're wooden.
За Poppy, певицата. P-O-P-P-Y, I'm Poppy.
They're using up all the perches. What if a real bird wanted to use it?
Swap the positions of the 7 birds. Тъй. Ето този ще ви го остава, да го разплетете. Хайде, кралички, давай. Можем да сменяме местата на всички птички. Този е по-лесен за синхронизиране с чата, защото е такъв много постепенен. You don't know how to combine colors? No! Привет, Бастер. Някой, който знае повече от 4 цвята. Нали, имаше това от колешното лавче, че мъжете сме като старо Windows и знаем 16 цвята. Привет, Вива! Само от този екран ли се решава? Yes. От тук започваме. Даже всеки е напълно подканен да се включи. Може да ги местите както си искате. Всичките. Ако искате ще го ресетна, впрочем, не че... Жълто и синьо горе, казва норчето. Жълто, синьо. В средата зелено. Сега светло-зеленото долу, вляво. И вуала! Червеното да иде на мястото на кафявото.
That's the one.
Окей, Нора. Беше най-простичкото възможно. По принцип аз се обърках първоначално, че ще бъде нещо с очите и това тотално ме хвърли в смут.
Hey, not bad.
Така че не се чувствайте зле и мен ме беше излъгало първоначално, че ще е нещо с човките и очите. Защото са някакси по... как да го кажа? Моментално забелязващи се. Не, беше изцяло цветови пъзъл. И смесването им. Супер obvious е веднъж като го видиш.
Did the door open? What's in there?
Това е притеснително. В стаята на Пенелопи, смачкана бележка, скъсана и умешана с листа от рози. Now I'll get her. The message is angrily scrawled onto the paper. Oh, well. Имаме за какво да си говорим с нея.
That's some flower.
There's something weird about it. It just feels out of place.
Някой екс-бойфренд? Не мисля One. Тя по-скоро е бъдещата екс-гърлфренд, защото се е усетила за любовния триъгълник между нея, Попи и господин Квиц. A brightly colored flower with an unusual shape. It looks very healthy and well looked after. The soil in the pot looks fresh and moist. Moist. Любимата ми дума. It's also an unusual blue color. Това не прилича ли до някъде на Пенелопи? You chat, you make me moist.
Looks like nature invited itself in. Rude.
Rude.
We already solved it.
Окей, няма повече тук.
Ever get the feeling you're being watched?
The mannequins don't have eyes, though.
That's not a comforting sentence.
Лек ден и на теб, благодаря, че се уби.
Ever get the feeling
The mannequins don't have eyes.
That's not. This is the fanciest room so far.
Too fancy.
What does that mean?
Така. It's never too fancy.
I don't know.
Ever.
That might be the most pointless staircase I've ever seen.
Супер си е, ако питаш мен. Искам такава стълба в средата на своята стая. И да не води към нищо. Дори към легло да не води. Просто да има една стълба. Добре, това са двете стаички. И можем да си разговаряме с госпожица Попи. Hello, Poppy. We have a suspicion about you.
I need to confirm something with you, Poppy.
Confirm away.
What can you tell us about this cassette tape? Is it yours?
It belongs to Freya. She liked to have music playing while she was painting, you know.
And do you know what kind of music is on this tape?
No idea. Acid jazz?
It's piano music. Sounds an awful lot like your music, to be honest.
Sure it doesn't belong to you?
Why are we even talking about this? Cassette tapes have been redundant for a good few years now.
The tape was found at the crime scene. It was in the gramophone.
It's not mine. I'd never own anything like that.
Why not?
Not my color.
Ooh. But you used to like these colors.
You used to like these colors.
Ridiculous.
We need a clue to compare with the cassette tape. Something that proves Poppy used to like these colors.
Easy peasy.
Let's take a closer look at this.
The pink cassette tape found in the garden, found at the crime scene, всъщност, matches the pink cassette player used by Poppy in this old photo.
The pink cassette tape found at the crime scene matches the pink cassette player used by Poppy in this old photo.
That is not me.
Yeah, it is. I'll prove it. Nope.
We just need to
checking.
find the right side of the photo.
Oh, the right side of the photo. Не чета условието. Дърп.
You look a little different, but Fifi and Freya are pretty recognizable. It's clearly a photo of you with your two best friends. Why'd you tear it up and then hide it?
I think the answer is pretty straightforward.
Poppy doesn't want to look like that anymore.
Poppy doesn't want to look like that anymore.
That's it. Makes this whole thing seem kind of irrelevant.
Maybe. It depends on the reason.
The reason she doesn't want to look like that anymore?
The passage of time is a powerful thing.
Просто е влюбена до уши в Фиц,
Hold
който
on.
прилича на
This means
готически
that pink
пичага.
cassette tape does
Само
belong to
казвам.
you, Poppy.
It used to. I recorded some piano music onto it and gave it to Freya as a gift. Years ago.
Freya could have easily been listening to this tape at the exact moment she was killed. There's gotta be a connection between the tape, the gramophone, and the murder.
There's one other thing I want to know. How did it get that crack down the middle?
I have no idea.
Значи си близо до Twilight нещата. Ти си в епизод на Twilight 1. Просто не го знаеш още. Имам силно дежавю, че ми говориш за втори път. Ever. За Twilight. Тайн фен ли си? Признай си. Добре. Понеже ще е трудно да го синхронизирам това с чата, по-скоро сам ще си нащракам това мини пъзълче. Реално, двете врати са огледални. Малко или много. Лунните символи на тази трябва да бъдат повторени от другата страна. И съответно слънчевите символи на другата трябва да бъдат повторени от тази страна. Аз обаче лекенко не си ги спомням. Така че ще трябва да направя поне 2 гастрола от единия до другия край.
A big glass door.
There's a little mechanism.
А слънцата трябва да са тук в триъгълник и едно отгоре. They have a secret meeting room in the middle. It's so romantic! Oh my gosh!
I guess we'll come back later.
It's locked, but it leads outside.
I thought
We are.
What's that thing by the handle?
Voila!
It made a noise.
I guess that was right. And the door's still locked.
I
защото
still
забравих
feel
от
like we
другата
made
страна.
some sort of
Дърп.
progress.
Еми, ще минем от другата страна в такъв случай. Няма никакво значение.
A big glass door leads out into a garden.
There's a little mechanism by the handle.
То даже се е разсетнало.
Something happened.
That must be it. Finally, it's open.
Whatever's on the other side better be worth it.
И аз сега да видим тайната градина. The Rooftop Garden. Окей, мисля, че из Квазимодо да се срещаш тук, пак бихте завързали някакъв романс. Just saying.
It's the door into Fitz's room.
One of only 2 ways to get into the garden.
Oh yeah. It's the window.
You know, he's pretty wish my bedroom window had a view this nice. That's one big dragonfly.
Or one very small dragon. Ah, a little water feature.
It's making me sleepy.
That voice though.
Wonder how it's hooked up.
Giant stone frog. Love it.
Ah, he's got his tongue out like he's catching snowflakes.
Except those aren't snowflakes. They're feathers.
Better. 4 feathers. The feathers were mostly found resting on the tongue of the large stone frog. None of the feathers are from the ink-dick bird. Това са перата на птичето, на птиците от стаята на Пенелопи. Какво правят тук долу?
More egg statues.
I don't get it. Why eggs?
Well, either they have some special significance, or the sculptor was just really lazy.
What do you mean?
An egg has got to be the easiest shape to make.
True.
It's so relaxing. I might just stay here.
How shall I go finish the investigation on my own?
That'd be great.
Trees. On a roof.
In a garden.
In a garden. On a roof.
Скандално. Градина на покрива.
It's a rose bush. growing on a little patch of bluish soil. Apart from a couple of loose petals on one side, the whole thing looks very well cared for.
The roses are bright red, too.
Now, aren't roses normally that color?
Exactly.
A little pond.
It looks really, really deep for some reason. See those metal bars around the edges, too?
Oh, yeah. What are you supposed to for?
Nothing anymore.
Bars? Има нещо, което минава през сърцето на това имение.
Looks like somebody broke them and then never bothered to fix it.
Това е било аквариум в някакъв момент и е държало нещо там долу.
It's another little statue, doing a really bad job of hiding in the bushes.
He's playing a lute this time.
He's also wearing headphones.
Yep.
Well, they're not part of the statue. And they're not headphones. They're earmuffs.
Колко е симпатично. A slightly weathered statue of a strange creature holding a lute. A pair of earmuffs has been placed on the head of the statue. Как бихме превели earmuffs? Не са ушанки, наушници. Ушанка го свързвам с шапката, която е с такива
It's so relaxing.
крайчета за ушите.
I might just stay here.
Oh, shut up. Trees. On a roof.
In a garden.
In a garden. The door into Poppy's room.
So only Poppy and Fitz can get into the garden?
I guess so.
How romantic.
It's so relaxing. I might just... It's so relaxing. I might just...
Всичко ли видяхме тук? Звукоизолиращи. Май са звукоизолиращи. Което също е интересно само по себе си. Какво правят звукоизолиращи слушалки? Ей тук в нищото. Шумофони. Да, шумофони. That's a good one.
So relaxing. I might just...
Не, мисля, че не сме пропуснали нищо. Нищо не ми хваща окото, което да не сме окликнали вече.
It's so... I might just...
Добре, няколко въпроса към всеки един от тях. Сега ще ги започнем по-обратно на часовниковата стрелка. Господин Пойнтър, какво мислите за sheet music?
Oh my. This is the first piece that Primrose ever learnt on the piano. Primrose, that is Poppy's mother. She passed it down to Poppy when she started teaching her how to play.
Poppy's piano teacher was her mother?
Of course. Warms my heart to know that after everything, Poppy still has it up on her wall. What a precious photograph. She hasn't changed a bit, has she?
Who?
Oh, if you don't know, perhaps I don't either. Well now, that is most definitely none of my business. Quite possibly none of yours either. What kind of flower is that?
We're not sure. I think it might be the only one of its kind.
Primrose would know. My wife was a floriculturalist. Best in the field. That's a flower joke, but she was.
Best in the field, не мога.
I think you may wish to adjust your threshold of what you consider to be a clue. I've seen those earmuffs before. They're the ones Fitz always wears when he's out the front gardening.
О, на
Always wears.
Фитца.
Whenever I've seen him, yes.
Пенелопи. Какво мислиш за Пойнтър?
Can't say I've ever taken an interest in Uncle's astronomy. On occasion I've dared to visit him in his tower, but I always regret it. It's all just a little too abstract for me.
What do you mean?
Oh, did you know the sun is apparently over 400,000 miles wide? Okay, so what should I do with that information? How does it help me?
Don't look at me. You're the one who memorized it.
Not a fan of insects myself. Whose research is this?
We were hoping you might know.
No, can't say I... Freya, perhaps. I know she was always very fond of grubby little things like this.
Grubby little
Noted.
things. Sally е доста thick. Yes. Thick.
Looks a little simple for Poppy, doesn't it? I thought she was a grade 12 or something.
I didn't know there were that many grades.
I'm sure they invented some new ones just for her.
Колко се обичате с Попи.
I can't decide what's worse. How she looks here, or how she looks now.
Do you know who this is? In the photo?
Oh, absolutely no idea. That's rather strange now, isn't it?
We found it in your room.
Just lying around, was it?
Nope. You'd hidden it, but we found it.
We do that.
Who's the her in the message? And what's the deal with the petals?
It's really none of your business. Yes, it's my... my flower.
You don't like it?
I'm no good at caring for plants. I forget to water them. Birds are much
sure you
easier. They're a lot
do.
more vocal when they get thirsty.
Do you at least like the look of the flower?
The look?
The colors? The shape of it?
Това е подарък от Фиц и
Between
тя
you and
изобщо не
me.
сгрява.
I think it's a little vulgar.
Oh my god.
There used to be all kinds of birds here at Tangle Tower. The most fascinating breeds, all totally unique.
Used to be? There are birds all over the place.
Most of them are rather ordinary, I'm afraid.
What happened to the non-ordinary ones?
That is a very good question.
Is it now?
Lovely.
Това беше коментар. Not very bright. Мисля, че просто ни пука за цветя, а Фиц е градинар и
There's something about those petals we found in Penny's room.
изобщо не се очудвам, че в някакъв момент е хлътнал по Попи, която очевидно му обръща доста повече внимание в това отношение. Something about those petals found in Penny's room.
Something suspicious.
Let's ask her about it.
So let's do it.
So, yeah, we found this.
Oh, that's nothing.
You wrote, "Now I'll get her," on a piece of paper and hid it in your room. That's not nothing.
Actually, it's not the message I wanted to ask about. It's those red flower petals.
The petals.
They're from red
Roses.
roses. And there's only one place in Tangle Tower with red roses.
We need a clue. Something that shows the roses and who they belong to.
Как тя влиза в място, което е достъпно само за Фиц и Попи от техните стаи?
It's a drawing of Fitz and Poppy in the rooftop garden. See what Fitz is holding?
I can't imagine what you're getting at, but it doesn't matter. I couldn't have taken anything from the rooftop garden. It's only accessible from Fitz's room or Poppy's room. How could I have taken something from a garden to which I have no access?
Is it really only accessible from those two bedrooms?
For most people, it would be. But don't forget, Penny's the resident ornithologist.
Дресирани
dears.
птички.
What are you accusing me of?
Че си изпратила one of Penny's birds was used to spy on Poppy and Fitz. And steal evidence? Maybe?
One of Penny's birds was used to spy on Poppy and Fitz
Привет,
and steal
Астеровче.
evidence from them.
Да, страшно е чаровно.
We know
Много си го
those two
обичам
have been
аз.
spending time together in the rooftop garden. I'm guessing you got paranoid. Wanted to know what they were up to.
I'm just not the jealous type. I
Da
would
beh.
never suspect Fitz of anything like that. Besides, Tabitha hardly ever leaves her cage. She's certainly never flown up to the rooftop garden.
We need a clue to compare with Penny's birds. Something to prove one of them has been in the rooftop garden.
Перата. Къде са перата? There.
Let's take a closer look at these.
Yep. Утре ще почнем Outer Worlds. This one was left behind by this bird. When it visited the rooftop garden.
This yellow feather was left behind by Penny's yellow bird when it visited the rooftop garden.
Да, от Epic.
Can't stand it! Knowing
Woo.
the two of them are hidden away up there in their private little garden. I couldn't risk spying on them myself, so I asked dear Tabitha to do it for me. I knew she'd be able to bring me back some evidence.
Sorry, Penny, but are you not overreacting a little?
You don't understand. Fitz is slipping away from me. He's so quiet with me these days, but being with Poppy seems to bring him out of his shell. I don't know what he sees in her miserable little... I apologize. This really isn't your burden to bear.
Да пускаш работа и ставаш професионален стримвотчер. Крайно факинг време. One. Играта е в Xbox Game Pass. Знам, че това също е възможно. Като опция. Тях като цяло вярвам, че техните игри от тук нататък ще бъдат изцяло налични в Xbox Game Pass, понеже са купени от Microsoft. Дали ги купиха преди колко? Няколко месеца беше. Да си побъбрим малко с Попи и нещата, които до момента сме намерили. Да я разпитаме за тях. Hello, Poppy. What do you think about the sheet music?
Yeah, it's mine.
What's so special about it?
I got it from my teacher. It's the first piece I ever learned.
How long have you been playing?
Since the day I turned 6. Family tradition. I was really excited to start learning. As soon as I got out of my first lesson, I told Freya and Fifi all about it. When I arrived at my second lesson the next day, Freya was there too. She hadn't asked permission, just showed up. For 2 whole years, the teacher taught us both.
Was Freya any good?
She would have been even better than me if she'd
Damn.
stuck with it. But one day, she just stopped coming to lessons.
Why?
That's just it. There was no reason. That's when I realized things were different for her.
Може да ми свириш?
Can you play the tune for us?
Sure. It's literally 8 notes. I have it memorized.
$37 гиги. Доста приемливо.
I don't know what that is.
Weird. Considering
Привет,
you found it
Картач.
hidden in
Благодаря
your
ти за
room.
подкрепата, приятели.
Well, my room is
7
full
months.
of junk. There's probably a bunch of stuff hidden in there. I don't mean like... Please stop talking to me. Those petals.
What about them?
It's nothing. They're just unusual. Never seen that one before. Was it in the greenhouse?
No, we found it in Penny's room.
Right. I see a lot of birds up in the rooftop garden. They seem to really like it up there.
Why's that?
It's quiet.
Do you know where those earmuffs came from?
I put them there.
Why?
I found them lying around. I think they belong to Fitz. I put them on the statue so he'd see them. I thought they looked like headphones, like he's in the recording studio with his guitar. No?
If they do belong to Fitz, he hasn't taken them back yet. When did you find them?
This morning.
Where?
I don't know, in a hallway. I can't remember exactly.
Защо Фиц би си изтървал някъде шумоизолиращите слушалки? И бе цигаще. Я да си поговорим пак с господин Фиц. Какво мислиш за господин Пойнтър?
I imagine you don't visit the astronomy tower too often, do you?
No, but I still see Pointer, sometimes. He's always curious about what I'm growing in the greenhouse. Asks me about the birds, too, and insects. He's pretty clued up on his evolutionary biology.
I didn't think there was much overlap between astronomy and biology.
Ами Пени?
Penelope is my fiancée.
Don't take this the wrong way, but Penny doesn't really strike me as your type.
She's not who she pretends to be. People think she's... well, they make assumptions.
And how's the relationship doing? Recently.
Good. It's good.
Това звучи толкова грешно. Кое арксисти ли? Всички тук сме арксуални. Лан, не се притеснявай да ни споделиш за своите
Poppy and I are
проблеми.
friends.
Oh, I can buy that. Dark clothes, blue hair, an average of 3 words per sentence. Oh, you're like 2 peas in a pod.
She's very kind, and she has an interest in plants. Unusual flowers, mostly. I've been teaching her.
Right.
Is something wrong?
Тотално не се натискате в тайната градина горе.
What's with the broken glass? Penelope's 3 favorite birds. She's very protective over them.
Are they, like, her pets? Do they have names?
Oh, they have names. Penelope loves to name things.
Do you remember what she named them?
I do not.
Golden Beetle.
I've seen beetles with brightly colored shells, metallic shells even. They're relatively common, especially around here. There's a difference between that and actual gold.
It can't be actual gold. Gold is just inside the earth or whatever. You can't make it. It's called alchemy. It was a whole thing.
Да не е спойлер. Аз се шегувам сигурно, че това са последните няколко дни, последната седмица, в която това ще е чаша с актуална игра. И оттам нататък ще трябва да я сменя. Wink-wink, nudge-nudge. С чаша на Diablo Immortal, разбира се.
Poppy's piano music. I remember when she started learning. She's improved a lot since then.
Yeah, that's generally how it works.
Right. Of course.
Any idea who this is?
No idea.
Ще да му кажа лъжливо малко копеле, но това е най-голямото копеле в цялото семейство, чисто като габарити.
Those petals, they,
What?
they're red.
Kinda like the rose on the rooftop garden, motherfucker.
A flower.
Yeah, it's a flower. We found it in Penny's room.
Okay.
Mean anything to you?
Why would it?
Я си кажи.
I don't really go into Penny's room or anywhere in Pointer Tower. I just
sure
don't
you
have a
don't.
reason to.
Ага.
We found these up in the rooftop garden. Do you know how long they've been there?
No, it could have been a long time. We don't ever really clear up the rooftop garden.
Why not?
Nature is unruly. In truth, it prefers to be left alone.
True. Ще стримвам ли Immortal? Не знам. Искате ли да стримвам Immortal? Близкон глизотейки. Гледай да поръчваш от европейския. Защото иначе те чакат радостите на български митници. Иначе да, поръчвали сме. Честичко. Сравнително. Краличката би могла да ти отговори по-подробно, защото всъщност аз не съм поръчвал чак толкова много. Но краличката, Боби, Нора дори, ако още е тук, със сигурност могат да ти кажат повече.
Wait, those are mine, the earmuffs. They went missing about a week ago.
Изгубил си ги.
I use them for gardening sometimes.
Why? You don't own a chainsaw, do you?
No. I wear them while I'm gardening and it stops people from trying to talk to me.
That's
Wow.
genius.
Това е най-антисоциалното изказване на всички времена. Баси пиче това. Че не си мисля стрима. Как ще си го мисля, бе, приятелю? От час стримаме. Качествени ли са? От Gamescom си взе дяволтенски и си доволен, но не искаш да правиш изводи от един артикул. Да, аз не съм голям фен на мърч, неща като цяло и затова не съм предобрял с мърч като цяло в живота си, но са окей. Доста приятни. Не са траш в никакъв случай. Нямаме заключение все още за Фиц. Да видим какво може да изровим още. Хокшо. Какво мислиш за Фиц?
I'll say this. He's well suited to physical labor.
That's a nice way to put it.
Fitz spends most of his time alone in the greenhouse. But I heard he's been breeding experimental flowers. In secret.
Whoa, scandal.
I just wonder if he's getting restless.
Вчера с Merch Switcher. Той е някакъв... Окей, хванахте ме. Може би да харесвам някакви мърч неща от време на време. Иначе сипвам от Diablo мъг, защото е удобен мъг, а аз обичам да пия топли неща през целия ден. Не е толкова заради Diablo-то.
Professor Pointer is a respectable astronomer. Keeps himself to himself.
Хай, Криси!
What?
We're just
Разпознаваш ли нещо в днешното
That was
заглавие?
the most polite you've been about anyone.
То е посветено на теб и любимият ми глагол, за който се светнах чрез теб.
I find her rather embarrassing. Little more than a spoilt child.
Penny must be at least 25.
27. Just makes it worse.
27.
Poppy has remarkable musical talent. She could be famous, wealthy even, if she wanted to.
She'd probably have to leave Tangle Tower first.
Quite.
Никой не напуска Tangle Tower. Или поне тези, които напускат, никога не се връщат.
The people here are surprisingly materialistic, considering how sheltered they are.
Materialistic?
Growing this fruit simply because it produces a gemstone-like material. For what possible purpose, other than financial gain?
You're speculating.
What would you do, Grimoire, if you could grow valuable stones straight from the earth?
Got me there.
This is a potential murder weapon, is it not?
I don't know. I don't think the murderer would leave the murder weapon just lying around.
I think you'd be surprised as to what people leave lying around.
Нима.
Some breed of amphibious humanoid, potentially bipedal, although none of the statues show the creature's feet.
I guess we'll never know.
3 birds, 1 cage. What makes them worth
2 girls,
keeping cooped
1
up,
cup.
I wonder? Would they not be happier flying free?
But then they might fly away from Tangle Tower entirely.
I wonder if they would. Where did you find this?
Do you have any theories about where this might have been?
Or who might have had it.
I have several theories. but they are my theories and I'm not going to share them.
Yikes.
Is that a clue?
Dunno. It was important enough to be framed, though.
I framed my law degree, doesn't make it a clue.
Same.
Wow, my girl. И аз съм си сложил в рамка дипломата юридическа и не го прави по никакъв начин полезен предмет в този живот.
Who's that?
Not sure. It doesn't really look like anyone we've met so far.
Strange. These people really are ridiculous, aren't they? And you consider that important evidence, do you? Do you also have a pile of leaves as a clue?
Все още не.
Did you see some
Даже
suspicious
каза
leaves?
абсолютно същото. Хол. Трябва ли да го гледаш? Не. Ще бъда кратък и изчерпателен. Не.
One of 3 statues depicting the same creature. This one is wearing headphones. Perhaps they belong to someone who likes music.
They're not headphones. They're earmuffs. For blocking out sound.
Perhaps they belong to someone who doesn't like music.
Не, че трябва, но... Нали, то за обща култура. Разбирам. Hello, Fifi. What do you think about Fitz?
Name, Fitzfellow. Age, 24. Profession, cryptobotanist. Likes soil,
Cryptobotanist?
dislikes electric lights.
Hang on. Cryptobotanist? I thought he was just a gardener.
That may well be his preferred label. Mine, however, is more accurate.
Do you and Fitz not see eye to eye, Fifi?
We do not.
Well, I wouldn't have thought so. He's well over 6 foot and you've got to be just barely 5.
So, what's your problem with him?
Exactly 1 week ago, I witnessed him sneaking up Pointer Tower. He was making every effort to avoid detection.
So?
He was also carrying a knife.
Carrying a knife? Фитц се е промъквал в колата на Пойнтър с нож в ръка.
Name, Percival Pointer. Age, 57. Profession, none.
I'm pretty sure he's an astronomer.
Oh yes, of course. How uncharacteristically forgetful of me.
Фифи мисли, че господин Пойнтър не е никакъв астроном. Ще я кажа астролог. Интересно.
Name, Penelope Pointer. Age, 27. Profession, ornithologist. Likes, birds. Dislikes, insects. Notes, Penelope is very beautiful. I have never had very much in common with her.
Oh, it's okay, Fifi.
Name, Poppy Pointer. Age, 19. Profession, Apparently Poppy has defaced my notes. Under profession, I had of course originally written pianist, but she has crossed that out and written the ghost of Christmas yet to come.
Колко готическо.
Name,
Whoops,
Poppy
where's
Pointer.
this one?
But she has... Freya drew these,
Yeah, I think so. There's a note on the back.
but she never showed them to me.
Well, I think it was a gift for your mother. Like a private thing between Freya and Flora.
A book. My book.
And what's in it?
Pages.
Няма да ни отвори тайното си дневниче.
This belongs to Professor Pointer, does it not?
No, I don't think so.
Who else would own such a pointless little telescope?
It's a telescope.
Oh, yes. It has a telescopic lens. It could only be used for looking at things that are far away.
Оу, окей, значи не е... Мислихме, че е микроскоп до преди малко. Сигурно спи в легло с метални рамки и си представя как се жени за Джак Скелингтън. Човек, малко по-рано в стрима бяхме в нейната стая. Точно това е. Допълнено, разбира се, с пентаграмите по пода и свещите по стените. Hawkshaw lied to us. Да, от време на време ги усещам, че лъжат за някакви неща. Ще ги конфронтираме един по един, само да ги изръжкам всичките... Да разпитам всеки за всичко, защото реално, нали е такъв тип детективска игра.
The fruit here has a unique chemical makeup. It makes them completely pointless. Unless you wish to cut it down and sell it as a precious stone.
It's not edible.
Depends.
On what?
On the structural integrity of your teeth.
Ха-ха, Фифи.
That blade.
It's a troll for gardening.
It is.
Малко и по реакциите можеш да прочетеш, нали, как част от техните твърдения се вписват с последващи улики. Защото тя твърдеше, че Фиц се е качвал в кулата на Пойнтерови с нож в ръката. И тук що осъзна, че това, което е държал, май не е било нож.
Why did Poppy leave shards of glass all over this statue?
What makes you think it was Poppy?
The statue lives in the music room. Who else would it be? I am scared of birds.
Why?
It is an irrational fear. I have no suitable explanation.
Oh.
Now this is interesting. Where did you find it?
In the astronomy tower.
And yet, it does not concern the field of astronomy.
Nope.
In fact, you could even say that entomology is the exact opposite of astronomy.
Yeah. You could.
I would not say that, however.
Oh. You wouldn't?
No, it would be quite naive. To study science in any field is to study the connections between all matter in the universe, living or inanimate.
Доста чики отговор. Постоянно ни насочва, че Пойнтер старши изобщо не е учен и астроном.
An item from Poppy's childhood. Her earliest piano lessons hold some special significance for her.
Why's that?
No idea. She has never graced me with the details, and I am not forthcoming enough to ask.
You two are friends, right?
We are, yes.
But...
It is clear to me now that Poppy has become tired of my company.
Is it anything to do with Freya?
Oh, no. The changes in Poppy's mood have nothing to do with Freya. Her concerns simply lie elsewhere.
Uh-huh. In Fitz's arms.
Who is that in the photo?
I'm quite sure that I have no idea. Who is this her to whom the message refers?
Well, I don't know exactly.
Then how can I meaningfully evaluate this object? Next!
Next.
It is a flower. It reminds me of something, but I cannot say what. What a mess. Penelope should tidy up after herself.
These weren't dropped by Penny. They were dropped by birds, I think.
My argument stands.
What's wrong?
Earmuffs do not go on statues.
Да, акуратно наблюдение.
There's something
Шумоизвиващи
about that
слушалки.
diary we found in Fifi's room. Something suspicious.
Явно ще конфронтираме Фифи. Гласът ти прилича на Лили Пичо. Така като го кажеш, да.
Let's ask her about it.
There's something about the report of Fitz going up Pointer Tower. Something suspicious.
Охо, имаме двама, които вече може
Let's
да
ask him
разпитаме.
about it.
След малко.
There's something about Hawkshaw's handheld
Ето,
microscope.
и това, че за Хокшоу е излагала.
Something.
Let's ask her about it.
След малко. Един по един, моля. Hello, Miss Fifi.
Is this your diary, Fifi? We found it in your bedroom.
Of course it is mine. Ridiculous question.
Why is it locked up like that?
You seriously require an explanation. Very well. A fairly common concept, the so-called secret diary, is favored in particular by girls between the ages of 10
So, there are secrets written in here?
This particular diary is unused.
It doesn't look unused.
твоето дневниче?
It's Fifi's diary, and she has written in it.
I'm not sure about that.
Me neither.
This particular diary is unused.
It doesn't look unused.
О, значи не е това. Is it someone else's? Тук нещо изпуснах книжката.
It's somebody else's diary.
How could you arrive at that conclusion? It is kept in my bedroom. It is mine.
We need a
Pretty
clue to
veteran out.
compare with the diary. Something to prove who the original owner was.
Касетката, евентуално? Не. Това е дневника на Фрея.
Let's take a closer look at this.
This blue book is the same thing as the secret diary. Но от кога е поимало ключалка? Това е интересният въпрос. Which proves it belonged to Freya.
This blue book is the same thing as the secret diary, which proves it belonged to Freya.
You were hiding Freya's diary in your room, and you kept it locked, too.
Why would I do either of these things?
Фифи не е искала който и да било да вижда личните тайни в дневника на Фрея.
Fifi didn't want anyone to see personal secrets within Freya's diary.
Is this true, Fifi?
I know Freya was your friend, but if you're trying to hide something,
You did not know Freya, so this might be difficult to understand. She did her own thing, in her own way. By concealing Freya's written accounts, it is simply my intention to preserve her innocence.
Innocence?
might be easier if you just let us read the diary, Fifi.
Very well. I will open it. However, as you read it, please remember, Freya was the most kind and the most wise person I have ever known.
All right, Fifi unlocked the diary.
Finally. What's in there?
Я да видим. Secret diary. It's back in the flesh this time. Was it me? Did I let it out? Maybe I should rip up that painting. The Soul Bearer works. Impressive little thing. I have 2 now. Need 2 more. Found my way into the middle. Surprisingly simple compared to the heart. I saw them, all 5, eyes blacked out. Despite everything, I still have a promise to keep. I'll do my best. She could do with a little company. Единственото, което мога да разпозная като място и потенциална следваща следа е тази част. Има нещо в средата на това имение. То се личи даже по картата. И освен това прави референция към арфата, чието пъзъл не сме отворили все още. Това какво е? What's a Soul Bearer? И какво е това за обещанието, което е направила?
Freya was definitely up to something.
Something to do with the statue in the garden, I think.
Maybe we should go back and check. And we could have missed something.
След малко. Имаме да си говорим с още хора. Най-вече с Хокшоу и Фиц, но и до тях ще стигнем. Едно по едно. One person at a time. И всъщност всичко ли изръжкахме с Фифи, чисто информативно? Не сме питали за Хокшоу.
Name, Hawkshaw. Age, unknown. Profession, private detective. Likes, quote, being left alone. Dislikes, quote, Being constantly badgered by a weirdo nerd with a clipboard.
Да, както гледам, всичко останало сме питали. Mr. Felix, what do you think about Hawkshaw?
Quite the character, eh? A fellow member of the Order of the Crimson Cloak.
Is that a real thing?
No, I just meant because we both wear, you know, red capes of a sort.
Has she questioned you yet?
If you call that questioning, she seemed bored by everything I had to say. I heard on the grapevine. Supposedly, Hawkshaw is searching for some rare item. Something called the Golden Beetle.
Ooh.
Honestly, it's probably a bunch of sensationalist rubbish.
Интересно.
Quite sure.
Защото имаме доказателство за тази златна бубулечка.
How do you know?
Because I would have heard of it.
Цикламено. Прав си всъщност. Помислиш за дъщеря си?
My daughter Fiona, our little burgeoning genius. You've met her?
We did. She's going by Fifi these days.
So I've heard. I asked her some weeks ago, what's wrong with your real name? She told me, get this, she wanted a name with an even number of syllables. She makes up the strangest things when she's under pressure.
What makes you think she made that up?
I happen to know the real reason she prefers Fifi over Fiona.
Нима.
Oh, yeah?
It's what Freya called her.
Всички обичат Фрея. Впрочем, да, всички, които сме питали до момента, обичат Фрея. Което е интересен момент.
Fitz? I don't trust him. He's slippery. Never commits to anything. Brain like an onion.
An onion?
Did you two have an argument?
No,
като лук.
but my daughter doesn't like him at all. And I trust Fiona's judgment entirely. She's a very vigilant young woman.
I bet she is.
Percival Pointer. Good old... So, what do you reckon? Is he the murderer?
I don't know, maybe. We still
Okay.
need
That
Тези
is
двамата
not
много се
information
обичат.
we're willing to share at this time.
I'm just saying, keep an eye on him. Holds on to a lot of bitterness, does old Pointer. Just because he's always struggled to support his family. Slightly pathetic, really.
And how long have you known him?
Over 35 years.
Childhood friends? Rivals?
Don't know if I'd do him the honor of considering him my rival.
Тем как го нахрани. Ако изведнъж си единствения, който не обича жертвата, може да си изпатиш.
Penelope seems to have really
Може би аз съм
settled
следващия.
into a groove. She struggled a bit when she was younger. Always a little estranged.
How come?
Well, she was mostly raised by her uncle, and he really only makes time for his own daughter. Now, of course, she's bringing the two families together through her marriage. It's a nice gesture, heartfelt, but futile. Poppy's a good friend to my daughter, always has been. I think they get on well because they're so different.
Different, like how?
Poppy is, she's quite introspective, good with feelings. Fiona, not so much. Still, Poppy always seems to be sulking about something.
The heavy, heavy price of emotional intelligence.
Emotional intelligence. Вау, отдавна не съм си говорил с теб, а? Освен това не съм съгласен с Сали. Емоционалният интелект не предполага да си кисел през цялото време.
That's one of Freya's paintings, is it not? It's impressive, but a little miserable for my tastes. My daughter Fiona and her best friend, they grow up so fast.
Do you know why it's ripped like that?
Ah, yes. I didn't even notice. No idea. Freya was quite the talent. She had a way of capturing the spirits of her subjects. Not in an evil way, in a good way.
Bird book.
Where did you find that?
It was in the library.
Really? How odd.
Нали, книгата е в библиотеката. Колко необикновено. Защо каза, че е необикновено? Тази книга обикновено къде стои, ако не там?
These drawings are quite precious. I'm surprised Flora let you see them.
What happened to the bird? Did it die?
I don't know. Seems likely though, doesn't it? Why would someone lock up a book like that?
We think it's a secret diary.
Aha! Teenagers are funny, aren't they? Why don't you ask Fiona about that one? Looks like her area of expertise. That looks like it might belong to Fitz. I've never seen that before. Looks valuable.
And pointy.
Now this is still in very good condition. Apart from the crack, of course.
What about those shards on the inside of the horn?
Looks like somebody broke a glass and was trying to conceal the evidence. Cunning. Bizarre things, aren't they? Penelope seems rather attached to them.
Do you not feel sorry for them in that little cage?
Come now, I'm sure they could leave if they really wanted to. What's this all about? Some kind of rare jewel?
I'm pretty sure the research is about a real insect.
If it's made of gold, then it's made of gold.
Премълчава си доста това симпатияра. Още от самото начало на играта.
I've never been one for music. Why not ask Poppy instead? Oh dear.
Do you know who this is?
Not a clue. Goodness me! That looks like it might belong to Fitz. Is that a clue? Really?
It might be.
Really? Никой не вярва, че четирите пера са улика.
The statue was up in the rooftop garden.
Yes, it's been there a while. You can see the brass is slightly tarnished by the elements, but it's not too bad. Might be salvageable.
Не казвам нищо за слушалките. Добре, разпитахме го и него за всичко. Остана само нашата любима Флора, която няма да ни каже абсолютно нищо. Убеден съм от сега. Мнение за Хокшо.
We spoke to Hawkshaw. I assume she didn't get anything out of you either. I bet that really ticked her off.
Do you and Fitz have anything to do with each other? Other than your initials? You know the guy in the other tower? Weird astronomy professor guy?
Can you see him from your window? Can he see you?
What do you know about Penny?
I can't really imagine those two being friends, to be honest.
You never know. Do you and Poppy get along?
Nothing. Shocker. Grimore, what could you possibly be writing down?
Oh no, I gave up making notes ages ago. Now I'm just doodling in the margins.
Просто си драска в бележника. Отказва се да прави бележки. Добре, ще пробваме на всичките, въпреки че едва ли ще измъкнем каквото и да било. That's a nope. That's a nope.
Do you know anything about these birds? Or birds in general? Do you know anything about this beetle?
Do you recognize any of these feathers?
До никъде не стигаме с теб, Флора. Една думичка не можах да ги измъкна. Заклеям се. Добре, разпитахме всеки за всичко. Нали така? По принцип имаме все още шанс да си говорим с Хокшо и Фиц за техните подозрения, но преди това стаята, която открихме с телескопа вчера. Скритата стая на тавана. Hello.
It's a statue of a wolf.
Ще каже ли нещо до края на играта? Не знам.
Standing up straight, like a man.
Maybe like a werewolf?
You know, there's a name for that.
Uh-huh.
I know.
It's not quite as dusty as everything else up here.
Tease. Винаги крички.
Also, it's not a statue. It's stuffed.
О, вау! Препарирано е.
What's in that little box? I bet it's bones. A skull, at least.
You know, maybe I won't open it.
At least the moths are kept well fed.
С тези дупки по пода.
Where's that light coming from?
Well, it's just daylight, I think. There's a decent gap between those floorboards.
О, hello! Дупка, която гледа точно към мястото на местопрестъплението. Кой има тук?
Just dusty junk. Just dusty junk. Just dusty junk.
It's a jar. The head screws off.
Huh.
Това е тази макара.
What is that?
Not sure. Some kind of reel?
Looks like it might attach to something.
Месингова макара с винтче на върха. Coiled around the reel is a length of fine red rope. Интересно. Доста си прилича като дизайн и изработка с този малък телескоп.
Someone painted out the window.
Do you think it was done recently?
No idea. Either way, it's pretty suspicious.
Painted out the window, huh?
At least the moths are kept well fed.
Sally, you don't have a dust allergy, do you?
No. Do you?
Let me put it this way.
Nothing catching my interest.
I'm sorry, is this spooky attic boring you?
Kind of. Nothing catching my interest.
Sorry.
Kind of. Nothing catching my interest. Kind of.
Изчерпахме ли го? Нищо друго не ми хваща и на мен окото наоколо. Няма да ги отворим тези.
What's in that? I bet it's a skull.
Yeah, maybe I won't open it. Just
това.
dusty junk.
Може би това е всичко, което ни трябваше. Флора, знаеш ли нещо за горното помещение? Или поне макарата, която намерихме
Do you know
там?
what this is?
Guess not.
Все някой ще знае нещо за нея. Нали?
What is it?
We don't know. We were really hoping you would.
My friends, shed your hope and let it fall free like sandbags from a hot air balloon.
That's the most depressing idiom I've ever heard.
What the fuck? Откъде дойде това, господине? Фифи. Ти познаваш ли тази макаричка?
Is this yours, Fifi?
I do not recognize it. And besides, I would have no use for such a thing. Perhaps it could be used to hang wet laundry?
Was that a joke?
Yes.
Ох, не мога. Добре, хайде да конфронтираме Хокшо. И да видим дали ще измъкнем и нещо за макаричката междувременно. Питали сме я за всички.
What is that?
I'm not sure. It looks like it attaches to something else.
Why don't you go back and double check the area you found it? Maybe you'll find the rest of the something else.
I'm not so sure about that.
Suspicion.
This little microscope thing? You said you used it to search the greenhouse.
And this would make perfect sense if you knew what my client had asked me to find. Of course, I still have no intention of disclosing that information.
You're such a tease, Hawkshaw. Don't worry.
Ideale.
We already worked out what you're searching for.
The Golden Beetle.
You're not as hopeless as you look.
Thanks.
So, that's what you were looking for in the greenhouse? This beetle?
Surely even you can understand the logic of it. The greenhouse is home
Рубарски.
to a great many
Как е
insects.
животно?
The gardener could have easily kept the beetle hidden in there.
Well, Fitz said you questioned him, but didn't actually search the greenhouse.
He is not exactly the type to appreciate subtlety. He simply didn't notice that I was using my microscope.
What do you reckon, Grimoire?
I know for a fact you didn't use
Ужас,
a
след
microscope
кака.
in the greenhouse.
Само едно искам да знам, Рубарски. Колко ти струва годишната винетка, така като качи габаритите? Колко ти взимат? It's broken, it doesn't work. It's not a microscope at all. It's a telescope.
It's not a
You
microscope
liar.
at all.
All of a
Лъжва.
sudden, Detective Grimoire is some kind of expert on microscopes.
Кой кара с винетка? То не е ти да караш нещо. Ти самия изискваш винетка заради габаритите си, човек. Ти вече не си човек, ти си машина. Тир. Валяк. Така. The handheld microscope. Scope. According to Fifi, uses a telescopic lens. So you kinda lied about it.
The handheld microscope, according to Fifi, uses a telescopic lens, so Hawkshaw lied about it. I'm inclined to believe Fifi when it comes to stuff like this.
Hawkshaw, why did you lie about owning a telescope?
When you were a child, what did you aspire to become?
A detective? Naturally.
Emperor of the Galaxy?
I wanted to be an astronomer.
Really?
I harbored a desire to understand the secrets of the wider universe. A fool's errand, to be sure, but a seductive one. At 15, I decided instead to apply my intelligence to the world around me, and so I became a detective. But the yearning for elusive knowledge is a powerful force. I tried to keep it with me.
Sorry, but we're way off track. What's the deal with the little telescope?
A memento from my childhood. Little more than a toy.
Why did you bring it with you?
When I discovered that it was Professor Pointer who had hired me, I dared to consider it something of a planetary alignment. I had hoped he might sign my telescope. An extremely
Да ти
childish
подпише
indulgence,
телескопа.
I admit.
I never would have guessed.
Hold on. You're admitting you didn't use it in the greenhouse then?
Correct. As it happens, I have no need to search the greenhouse to such a degree. Professor Pointer doesn't consider the gardener a suspect in our theft investigation.
So, who is your suspect?
Things have become complicated. My lead suspect is your murder victim.
Да, Фрея, заради нейния интерес към боболечките. Това дойде от никъде, че е фенка на астрономията и е дошла само и само да се запознае с Пойнтър. Добър ден, Инче. Привет. Hello. Как си днес? в този прекрасен четвъртъчен ден, който аз бях твърдо убеден, че е петък, но явно не е. Нещо се движа с ден напред, по някаква причина. Здравей, Фиц. Ела да си поговорим. Първо за нещата, които не сме те питали до момента.
I don't know what that is.
Me neither.
Me three. Oh, sorry.
Гримуар.
Said me too. So, Fitz, I have a report that you were seen sneaking up Pointer Tower, holding a knife.
That's not right. I don't go into Pointer Tower. I don't own a knife. And I don't sneak. Was it Fifi who told you this?
How did you know that?
A guess. She doesn't like me very much. But yeah, she was mistaken. Maybe she wasn't wearing her eye lens thing.
What do you think, Grimoire?
Абсолютно е това. Фифи е видяла Фиц, но той е държал нещо друго. И сега ще кажем какво е то. Ти си аха на границата да си sad. Инче, защо така бе? What the fuck?
Fifi did see Fitz, but he was holding something else.
So, if it wasn't a knife, what was it?
Шпакличката. Не е шпакла това. Как му викахме? Вчера го казахте, мамка му. Градинарският инструмент. Разправяше се с груби хора. Не заслужават да развалят деня ти, Инче. Не заслужават. Пропусни го покрай себе си, ако можеш, възможно най-бързо. Грубите хора нямат край. И просто ще те принизят на тяхното ниво и ще те бият с опит. За това колко са смотани и гадни. Пак ли няма кой да ти обърне едно внимание? Сайзи. Какъв джентълмен си ти? Ще викаш 2019, кой още е джентълмен. The ornate trowel.
What about this?
Ah, that.
Is it yours?
It was a gift. It's sentimental. I have no reason to take it up Pointer Tower. I don't use it at all.
Лъжеш. Имаш причина да го носиш там. The ornate trowel is used by Fitz to look after the potted flower in Penny's room. Защото тя не се грижи за китката. А когато отидохме да я разгледаме, пишеше, че е страхотно поддържана. Тя дори не се сещаше какво е това.
An ornate trowel is used by Fitz to look after a potted flower in Penny's room.
That flower.
Yes.
I've never seen it before.
We need a clue to compare to that flower. Something that proves its connection to Fitz.
Успех, крътач. Благодаря, че се отби, приятелю. И ти благодаря още веднъж за съпорта. Много любов. We need a clue to compare that to that flower. Something that proves its connection to Fitz. Какво друго на Фиц имаме? Това растенице. Защото и двете са засадени в, айде ако не еднакви саксии, то поне в доста сходни. И почвата е същата.
Let's take a closer look at these.
The pot and soil in Penny's room matches the pot and soil found in Fitz's greenhouse. I brought for lunch, е така. Всъщност там ли намерихме... фак, не мога да си спомня. Мисля, че тук намерихме тази саксия. Мисля, че беше тук. Но да. Саксийката и почвата съвпадат.
The pot and soil in Penny's room matches the pot and soil found in Fitz's greenhouse. Let me guess.
хванахме
Penny's
те на
flower was
тясно.
originally a gift from you, Fitz. There's no way it's a coincidence.
No way what's a coincidence.
The flower. It looks exactly like Penny.
It took me a long time to breed. I wanted the colors to be exactly right.
That's some gift.
Turns out Penny isn't particularly interested in looking after plants. So I go into her room every now and again when she's not there.
Ето защо я
Water the
разлюбила.
flower, change the soil, just trying to keep it alive.
Яп. Ето така е разлюбил Пенелопи. И са се намерили с мис Попи. P-O-P-P-Y, I'm Poppy. Ох, краличке. Дома го бях забравил, защо ми припомни? Я ела тук, мис Попи.
Where did you
Какво е
find
това?
this?
It was in the attic.
Oh, huh. I forgot we even had an attic.
Дали? Пенелопи.
Is that for sewing?
Maybe?
We have no idea.
За шиене ли? Ох. Пенелопи. Обожавам те, празноглавки моя. Ако Фиц не те иска, аз съм твой. Ще храним птичките до края на дните ни.
What's this? Is it a clue?
We don't actually know. But Grimoire picked it up, so now he has to pretend it is.
That's how it works.
Right. Но всеки се прави, че не знае абсолютно нищо за тази макара, така че... Имам една питанка в главата.
A chalkboard.
Is this a library or a classroom?
Хора, ето тук си мислех, че има загадка, впрочем.
Any idea what this means?
Not a clue.
Тъй като има интерактивен обект, който обаче не води към нищо.
Math.
Don't look at them. You'll give yourself a headache.
Имаме тук нещо, което... Как да го кажа? Напомня на загадка.
I'm not sure I learned anything from that.
И имаме ето тук
A
нещо,
little
което
chart
също
of... Actually, I have no idea what it's about.
малко или много напомня. Въпросът е
Kind
какво
of
правим с
reminds me of
тях.
a periodic table.
Има
What do
ли
you
нещо
make of
за
it?
правене?
Not a whole lot.
Ето това е optional загадката, която нямах идея дали съм разгадал. Защото после така и не можах да се върна при нея. Въпросът е, че нито на едното място, нито на другото мога нещо да взаимодействам с самите...
A chalkboard?
Is this a library or...
с самите обекти. Буквално просто го коментирам
Any idea
по
what-
някакъв
Not a
начин.
clue.
Няма място, на което да
Don't
Don't
кликна
you'll give yourself a headache.
и нещо да се премести,
Any
или
idea
да
what
се
this
Not a clue.
промени, да
Any
се
idea what
this- Not a
напише. Може да е просто зелен хайвер. Просто ми е странно, защото крайна сметка
Don't look at them. You'll give yourself a headache.
Yeah. Нямам идея.
I'm not sure I learned anything from that.
Добре. Да се опитаме да помислим. Suspect statements.
That's all the statements collected. Let's run through them all to see if anything doesn't add up.
To see if anyone's been lying.
That too.
Fitz and I were up in the moonlight garden most of the afternoon. Then we heard this sound. Lasted about 3 seconds.
We thought it was coming from Flora's tower, so we went up there.
Her door was locked. Nobody was answering. So I made Fitz kick down the door.
Poppy and I went in. Freya was right there, laying on her back.
I left my tower and headed down towards the Grand Hall.
But in the hall, I spotted Uncle Pointer heading down the stairs.
I vacated the library, but before I could begin my ascent, Professor Pointer appeared.
I didn't know what to do. So I ran downstairs to get Fifi.
I heard someone heading down the stairs, just outside my room.
Someone began banging on the door. I ignored it until the someone began shouting at me.
Eventually, she let me in.
I spotted Detective Hawkshaw coming out of the library.
He emerged from the Pointer staircase, crossed the hall, and begun up the fellow staircase. As I was passing through the front door, Penelope called out from behind me.
I inquired about the professor, and she told me he'd gone up the fellow tower.
I told her what had happened. She didn't believe me. She got angry.
I thought she was playing a trick on me, so I punched her in the face.
I recognized Fiona's voice as well as the voice of my own daughter.
We left the room, and Poppy's father was waiting outside. He followed us upstairs.
I ran up the stairs, hoping to catch up with him, but Felix appeared and blocked my path.
Back in the hallway, I bumped into a very concerned-looking Penelope. She was heading up Fellow Tower to find Professor Pointer, so I escorted her.
Poppy left the room for a while. When she came back, she had her father with her, and Fifi too.
Felix and Penny arrived shortly after we did.
A moment later, we were gazing down on the body of poor Freya.
Then I took a sample of the red paint on the unfinished painting.
She took me down to the library. We were in there about 15 minutes.
I quickly decided that I should leave also. I took Penelope with me, and we both went back to our rooms in Pointer Tower.
I wanted to go back to my room, but I realized nobody had told Detective Hawkshaw anything.
An unremarkable hour passed before the gardener finally made his appearance.
I think she was annoyed about being made to wait outside so long, but when I told her about Freya, she fell silent.
That's disappointing.
What is?
All the statements line up with each other.
They don't just line up. Some of them even seem to specifically confirm each other.
Това не помогна много.
We know a little more about the crime scene now. So, what do you think? Was Freya stabbed by her own painting?
Моля ти се, гримуар. Така. The painted ink-dipped feather. По-скоро нещо такова. Blood from the paint pot was used to paint the red tip of the painted ink-dip feather to resemble a bloody knife.
blood from the paint pot was used to paint the red tip of the painted ink dip feather to resemble a bloody knife.
I
Че е
think you're
просто за
right.
зелен хайвер.
Can't decide if I'm disappointed or relieved.
I have a question. Why?
Either it's a very strange coincidence, or somebody set it up.
Да, опитват се да ни
Somebody
хвърлят в
deliberately
грешна
put
посока.
blood in the paint pot and hid that feather after the crime. Why? To distract us?
Possibly.
Well, it worked.
Possibly.
Flora's the only person who could have hidden the feather, unless someone took it from her.
Let's go over what we do know. The door was locked the whole time. It stayed locked until Fitz kicked it down. Normally, it can only be opened from the inside. Pointer said he couldn't see Freya from his telescope, but he did see Flora lying by the window.
So whatever got Freya got Flora too?
Except Flora survived. She didn't get a stab wound like Freya did.
Hold on. If there was no knife, then what did stab Freya?
It could be anything. It might not even be important.
How is it not important?
Right now, I'm less interested in the what and more interested in the how.
Въпреки че има право тук. Как се случва цялото нещо
The
като
angle of
логистика?
Freya's wound suggests she was stabbed at a perfect right angle. That is, from directly in front of her. But she was standing right up by the canvas.
Somehow, Freya ended up lying on her back, still perfectly in line with a painting.
Maybe
Да.
something went through it.
През цялото време
Through
е
the
била
painting?
пред платното.
Wouldn't that leave a hole?
Okay, well, how about this? How do we know Freya was stabbed before she fell over? Maybe her being
Ooh.
stabbed and her falling over are completely unrelated.
Може би и Фрея, и Флора са паднали. И чак след това някой е убил Фрея. Впрочем, привет, Солитария, благодаря за фолочето. Здравейте на всички, освен на Влади, който и без това няма да те види. Някой пише ли ми в чата? Как си луди? Казваш, че господин Викинг е нямал никаква компания. И спокойно може да бил в таванското помещение. Да, но от тази гледна точка и други са могли да бъдат там. Примерно Фиц и Попи в тандем нямат кой знае какво оправдание, освен че са си били в градината самички. Дай, паднала на нож. Това като всеизвестното престъпление за пича, който са го застреляли, който се е застрелял сам няколко пъти в гръб с арбалет. Каква е тази интересна игрица? Ами, ние захапахме вчера в общи линии и днес ще я завършим. Тя е мъничко инди квестче, адвенчърче с много чаровен стил и прекрасно звучение. Това сме начинали днес. Казва се Tangle Tower и може да го намериш в Steam, например. Добре, време е да се занимаем с арфата. Това не беше тук преди.
This wasn't here before.
What is it?
It's a little wooden toy. Looks kind of like a crab.
There's a note stuck to the back.
What does it say? Grimoire?
This is my new friend. He likes music. Simple melodies will move his soul. Best of luck to you too. Freya? Okay.
What do you think? Is it really from her?
How can it be?
Why don't we check the handwriting with Freya's diary?
Good idea. Hold on.
Well?
It's a perfect match.
Fuck.
Well, it's confirmed.
Мъртвите се връщат към живот.
We have a ghost helping us.
Let's keep this to ourselves for now.
What about the little wooden toy thingy?
Maybe we can put it to some kind of use.
Тая кака се самоубива. Ти познавайки нрава и ежедневните мъки на художниците предполагаш, че сама си е теглила ножа. Акри си. Tangle Tower. Глава 2. Unfinished Business. Арфата, нали? Не беше оставено случайно пред арфата по никакъв начин.
I'm still not sure about this thing.
Should we take another look?
Така. The column segments can be rotated. What is of the purpose of it? Очевидно имаме 4 предмета. Или поне... Това са устни май. Стилизирани устни. И... петноподобни образования по останалите сегменти на механизма.
Let's come back later.
В такъв случай, ако един от сегментите показва птичка, Hello. The Bird Song изисква такова петно. Просто да издигнем и останалите. Къде имаше какво? Пияното е при Попи. Hello, Попи. Би ли изсвирила това отново?
Yeah, it's mine.
Can you play the tune for us?
Sure. It's literally 8 notes. I have it memorized.
Свърши ли работа обаче? Яп, свърши работа, добре. Имаме и пияното. Какво ни трябваше още? Имахме птички. Пияно. Имахме устните, стилизираните устни, т.е. нещо изтънаникано. Може би. Евентуално някой от записите, нали имаше едно припяване на касетката? На тази крипи касетката. Някъде към края. S.
Weird.
Weird indeed.
It's someone humming a tune.
Тъй. Humming piano bird song. Имаше и още едно? Какво беше? Няма да го проверя набързо.
I'm still not sure.
Should we take another look?
Звънчета.
Let's come back later.
Звънчета. Къде имаше звънчета? Gardens. На вратата? На входната, може би? Да. Вярно, че беше тук. Благодаря ти. Да, вратата, на която никой не ни отвори вчера. Well.
That's all formalities, I think.
So, what do we do with them?
Should we go back to the gardens again?
Tangle Tower.
Let's try this again.
You know, I think we might be able to solve this now.
Да бе, само ги наместваме. Това си така. Ти си така. Ти си така. И ти си така. Нали?
That's gotta be right.
Nothing. Maybe it's broken.
Oh.
Wait. Do you hear that?
Не е счупено. Знаех си, че има мистериозни тайни стаи. Не може в такова имение да няма тайна стая. Е, това най-малкото какво е. Не може просто да има дупка там. Добре, дайте ми само минутка. Ей, сега се връщам. Бързо. И привет отново. Така. Ами, има само един път. Към мъзата. Ето, Ланче, ти вчера искаше да намериш BDSM помещението на това имение. Мисля, че отиваме точно на там.
Down.
И ето това явно е point of no return, впрочем, на игричката. Първият път, като играх, не го разпознах толкова отчетливо. Си оставим стаята. Не, кралички, идваме на гости. Underneath. Това е на Боби, брат му.
Thirsty?
Има си хас. И питаш даже.
It looks like they're being boiled, but the liquid is ice cold. A cracked glass tank with 9 little rooms.
9 отделения. Пак прилича на вивариум, впрочем. И едно от стъклата е пукнато. Даже всъщност пукнатината се прокрадва през голяма част от витрината.
Each one has 1 or 2 insects inside.
Ага.
I can't tell if they're still alive.
I like that you called them rooms.
It's so dark. I can barely tell what I'm looking at. It's so dark. I can barely tell what I'm looking at.
Forensic Entomology, Volume 3.
Forensic Entomology. Това е специфичен.
That's an incredibly specific area of study.
Wow. Okay.
What's in there?
Бубички и бубици, както би казала Нора. Нали така, Норче? Тук обаче липсва един екземпляр. Златната боболечка.
Forensic
That's
Entomology.
an incredibly...
Бубици, нали?
A candle, perched on a barrel.
Very medieval.
I was thinking pirates.
Medieval pirates.
Medieval Pirates, не мога с тези двамата. Hidden door in the floor. Everybody walked the dinosaur?
A candle.
Very
Ah,
medieval
пак е
pirates.
същото. Гадност. И на тавана са провесени още гадности за атмосфера.
Bugs. Big ones.
Looks like they're made of metal.
Metal bugs.
This place would never pass a fire safety inspection.
Далеч не е единствената стая, впрочем.
Is it locked?
Seems likely, doesn't it? Weird looking safe.
I'm pretty sure the latches can slide into the middle.
Така, ето ни пъзълче. Това ми, признавам си от сега, скъса нервите. Дали защото го правих на телефон, или по някаква друга причина и не можа да го напасна 100 години, но ми скъса всичките живи нервички в себе си, които имах на разположение. Сега чудя се да ви оставя ли вас да го минавате това. Защото съм го правил на телефон най-малкото. Абе, не беше само това. В смисъл, то е елементарно за управление, дори с слайдене. Една идея по-неудобно е, ама не баш. Само не знам, според мен ще стане голям развален телефон, ако се опитам вас да ви накарам да го минете. Ти си играл вече ли? Да, признавам си, без бой, беше страхотна и затова исках да ви я покажа и на вас. С синьото. Добре. Тук обаче нещо не се събираме. Давай смело. Ама давай смело в какъв смисъл? Криске. Златна хубава. Те могат да се настъпват. Аха. Дърпай къшките смело. Добре. Вие така ги предпочитате, нали? Да ви дърпат къшките смело. Нещо беше да завива. Спомням си го горе-долу. Нищо, че съм го играл преди една седмица, примерно. това да не ви прави впечатление. Нещо в този дух беше, че ето да видим дали ще се получи. Сега беше така, може би? Ма не, трябва в крайна сметка да стигнете тук, така че... По-скоро така... Има ли някакъв път в момента? Дара. Да, има път. Добре, втория път е доста по-лесно. Сигурен съм, че първият път, когато го правих, бях намерил още един маршрут и не ми го засичаше и щях да си хвърля телефона през прозореца на автобуса, защото бях на път през това време. Малки намествания са били ужасни на телефон. Да, до някъде. Ама съм сигурен съм, Краличка, че бях намерил още едно, което беше почти толкова свързано, колкото и това.
No, that was it.
Nice work.
Убеден съм. Мамичката му.
Anything inside?
Yeah, more research.
Adorable. Кое е по-хубавото от това да имаш лист? Research? Да имаш цяла папка. Secret Research. A folder containing research notes and diagrams. 1. Our unique flora and fauna is the byproduct of a number of as yet unidentified chemicals. 2. These chemicals are continually present in the water, forming clouds and filling the lake. This causes a variety of mutations in plants and animals. 3. Smaller creatures such as arachnids, insects, mollusks, amphibians, and crustaceans are the most affected. However, the chemicals may travel up the food chain and cause mutations in birds and reptiles. As far as we know, mammals remain completely unaffected. И пак тези символи. Не мога да се отърва от усещането, че съм пропуснал някакви неща при първото изигаване и че съм на път да ги пропусна пак. Имаше скрита врата в стаята под пълтото. Сега ще го чекнем.
Whose research is this?
Да, във вратичката я забелязах. Има next page и тук.
And drawn entomology charts.
Или ти имаш предвид. Окей, разбрахте.
Rows of plants, growing in wide wooden boxes.
What color is the soil?
It looks black, but it's too dark to tell.
Taste it.
It's so dark. I can barely tell what I'm looking at. A candle.
Very medieval pirates.
It's so dark. I can barely tell what I'm looking at.
Добре.
Is that a lab coat?
Warning, hand wash only. Size, small.
Bonk.
This is some seriously in-depth research.
It's impressive, but it's incomplete. There's a section missing.
Ние имаме.
So, this is Pointer's secret lab.
Definitely seems like he's the one using it.
I guess not a lot of people know about the secret entrance.
Right. But if Pointer's the only one who comes down here, why would he need to lock his research in a safe? Who is he hiding it from?
He's just paranoid, especially about his golden beetle.
What do you think he's trying to do exactly?
Pointer has been trying to breed the golden beetle in the underground laboratory.
Pointer has been trying to breed the golden beetle in the underground
Комплексираният
laboratory.
чичак просто се опитва да забогатее.
Because it's rare?
Because it's gold?
Because it's golden, you
it?
dumb fuck.
I think so. I don't think he cares about entomology any more than he cares about astronomy. He just wants to get one over on Felix. If he can breed his own gold, suddenly Poppy's inheritance is looking pretty,
infinite. Might explain why he was so worried about losing the beetle. Maybe somebody did steal it.
Might have been Freya after all. We know she was trying to get through the secret door in the garden.
She might not have known what was down here, though. Maybe she was just curious.
Curious, sure, but not naive. I reckon she knew what was going on.
I think we're still missing the bigger picture. There's no way this is all just about a beetle. We're done.
Ready to go down? Again? It's a hatch.
But we're already in the basement.
Depends on your perspective.
Мисля, че всичко останало сме го изръшкали обаче, така че да отидем. Let's go down on each other, chat. Lowest level. Най-ниското ниво. Още
It's an old
по-та.
coat rack. Looks thoroughly neglected.
2 cloaks, and a green hat draped on top for good measure.
Green hat.
Old cardboard boxes.
How exciting.
Наистина.
Oh, but there's more. They're also damp. And empty.
Great.
Do these puddles worry you?
Why?
That's lake water, but it's indoors.
Ah, I see your point.
Basements don't normally have windows.
We're at the bottom of the lake. We must be.
Right. But if that's the lake bed, why does it look like that?
Like what?
White, smooth, no plants, no anything. That's not what a lake looks like.
Where are we?
Къде сме наистина?
A single book on a little makeshift table.
This is creeping me out slightly.
Това от всичко възможно.
Why?
Те крипаутна.
I think it's a children's book.
О, окей. Добре, това наистина е крипи. Привет, Геранов. Детска книжка. Soulbearer. Mistids of the Sea and Sky. A children's picture book. It looks very old. The ink tip. An elegant bird with red and white plumage. The silver snake. An aquatic reptile with no eyes and a long tongue. The Soulbearer. A crab with 3 differently sized claws. The Amphobi. A frog-like creature walking on 2 legs. На Silver Snake и на Amphobi намерихме толкова много статуи. А къде? Кълна се, че в дневника на Фрея се споменаваше, че е намерила Soulbearer. И казваше The Soulbearer works и така нататък и така нататък. И разбира се, The Ink Tip Bird. Дали съм слушал Maiden? Да. Защо? А дали слушам активно? Всъщност е въпроса. Чак супер редовно не, но съм ги слушал доста като малък, така да го кажа.
Do these puddles worry you?
Why?
That's like it's indoors.
I see your point.
Wait, какво е това тук?
We're too late. This photograph has been stabbed.
Фотографията е пронизана.
Why? By what?
Not sure. Some kind of metal stabbing thingy.
sleek but sturdy metal rod. It has been stabbed into a photograph. The rod has a curved and pointed tip, like an arrow, or the hand of a clock. It has a small loop at the back with a short length of red rope connected to it. Red rope! The metal is perfectly clean and polished. Тази червена връв доста ми напомня на тази на макарата. Любима. Може ли някой класически отговор като Fear of the Dark? Знам, че е изтъркан, но може би това беше първата, която директно свързвам с тях.
So what's the photo?
Yeah. Damaged photo. It has been framed but is slightly damp. The photograph shows a young girl. A large man is sitting next to her. Around them are several red and white birds. A metal object was stabbed into the photo, leaving a hole near the man's chest. Защо някой е пронизал фотографията на това, предполагаме, много младата Флора и баща й? What the fuck?
Do you know who it is in the photo? There's a roll of paper up there.
I'll see if I can reach it.
Let me guess. Blank.
О, това не се е казвало винаги Tangle Tower. Тук се казва Misted Mansion. Защото си спомням още в началото, че бяха споменали, че Флора е тази, която е прекръстила имението. И по тази схема не е имало две кули. Всичко е приключило в основата, там където започват двете кули днес. Приключило е при градината на покрива.
Hold on. Have we been to all of these rooms already?
Всички освен тази. Ето това е в средата, между двете спални. Има кабинет.
So, the whole house is built on top of some kind of platform.
Apparently.
Study. Wait.
I know what you're thinking. And no, we never went in there.
How did we miss it?
Не е имало врата, но това беше причината стената от камената спалня да е гореща.
The Grand Hall.
What's that thing in the middle?
I think it's that big glass tube.
Music room. It's the aviary. Storage.
Да, стаята на Фрея е била склад.
It's Freya's room.
Затова няма прозорци.
The library.
A bedroom.
That's Fifi's room, isn't it?
That's the room we're in now. It must be. It's not labeled as anything on these plans, though.
I think it already existed when this was made. It's the room above us. The one we were just in.
The laboratory?
Yeah.
That's the lake, right? I think that horizontal line might be the water level.
Сега езерото се е вдигнало нагоре.
It used to be a lot lower down than it is now.
Fascinating. Може би е изкуствено допълнено, защото вижте как е запълнено до тук. А тук е планирана следваща височина.
The rooftop garden. That name makes a little more sense in this context. That's the
It
lake.
used to be a lot lower down.
Добре, мисля, че разгледахме всичко по...
Misted Mansion. North side cross-section. Is it not Tangle Tower?
Преди не е било.
Tangle Tower. Before the towers? This seems pretty significant.
Agreed.
Добре.
There's a roll of paper up there.
I'll
Let me
see.
guess.
A bunch of picture frames, but it's too dark to see the pictures.
It's not too dark. The frames are all empty.
Снимките са опразнени. Защо?
It's an empty bookcase.
Something tells me it's been empty for a long time.
По-точно рамките са били опразнени.
Gives off kind of a dungeon vibe.
Краличке. Ето ги веригите.
What do people actually use chains for?
Ти как мислиш, гримуар? За какво ги ползват?
Nothing good.
That's not true.
Old cardboard boxes.
How exciting.
Oh, they're also empty.
The lake.
Did you notice how much light this room has? For a room with one candle?
It's all coming through the window.
I'm pretty sure lakes are supposed to be darker at the bottom, not lighter.
Why is there a room
Добра
down here
логика.
anyway? And why is it so much older than the rest of Tangle Tower?
We still don't really know why people came to live here in the first place.
Maybe they just wanted to get rich, like Pointer with his beetles.
I feel like the Remingtons came here for the lake, for what was in it.
It's empty though. More empty than a normal lake would be.
It is now, yeah. Maybe we're too late.
This man in the photo, he reminds me of something from one of our clues.
Статуетката, която беше направил съпруга на Флора. Този...
Felix made a little model of him
Felix.
for Flora.
Yeah, it makes sense when you know who he is.
Лорд Ремингтън.
Lord Remington.
Remington. That makes him Flora's father. Meaning the girl in the photo is...
Yeah, it's her. See the bird too.
I
Ще
never
колко е
would've
била
guessed.
салатка като
Times
малка.
sure do change.
I don't know. I don't think she looks so different.
И имаше негова статуя отпред на входа, така е, да. Well, I'll be damned.
Let's head back up to the Grand Hall. I want to find that last room.
Well, let's roll.
Wow, it's dark all of a sudden.
How long were we down there?
Let's not wander off right now.
Няма да ми даде. Беше ми интересно дали може да...
Let's not wander. Let's not wander.
Let's not. Окей, няма да ми даде.
The family tree. I can just about still make it out.
И кой е бил? Лорд Ремингтън. Ето го. Бащата на Флора. Омъжила се за Феликс и дете Фифи. Останалите фелолци? Емили Еверстоун. Майката на Фиц. Останалите? Примроуз. Привет, Мишо. Доброто и на теб. Примроуз се омъжила за Пърсивал, Пойнтер, астронома. с дъщеря Попи Пойнтър. Дора и Бък Бракли са родителите на Пенелопи.
Pretty. Pretty.
Pretty.
Flora Remington.
We met her. She's one of the suspects. Felix Fellow.
We met him. He's one of the suspects.
Те имат коментар. Това не го бях видял първия път, като съм го играл.
Lady Fellow.
Do these people not have first names? Lord Fellow.
Looks like he was married twice.
Scandal.
Tun tun tun. Married twice, huh? Фрея е от нелегалната му връзка.
Selena Stonetop.
Richard?
No family line. Apparently, she just appeared out of nowhere.
Felicia Fellow.
Freya's mother.
I guess she doesn't live here anymore.
Damien Dusk. It's Freya's father. I guess he doesn't live here anymore.
Freya Fellow.
The murder victim.
She's barely related to the main family at all.
Emily Everstone. I guess she doesn't live here anymore.
Flint Fellow. I guess he doesn't live here anymore.
Fitz Fellow.
We met him. He's one of the suspects. Felix Fellow.
We met him. He's one of the suspects. Lord Remington.
He sounds important. Lady Remington.
I think I have one of those in my bathroom.
Fiona Fellow. We met her. She's one of the suspects.
Richard Remington.
The one and only.
Имаш предвид къде е този в цялостната картинка? Добър въпрос.
Flora Remington.
We met her. She's one of the suspects. Primrose Remington. I guess she doesn't live here anymore.
Може би където и Primrose. Далеч от Tangle Tower.
Poppy Pointer. We met her. She is one of the suspects. Penelope Pointer. We met her. She is one of the suspects. Pandora Pointer. I guess she doesn't live here anymore.
Buck Brackley. I guess he doesn't live here anymore.
Percival Pointer.
Professor Percival Pointer. We met him. He's one of the suspects.
Привет, Варлокче.
Pretty.
Няма кой знае какви коментари, така като гледам.
Let's look for a way into the study. It's somewhere in the middle of the house.
The room is marked on the building plans we found.
Yep.
Let's look.
The room is marked on the building plans we found.
Няма повече да се разсейвам. Ето. Цъкаме.
This must be it. This thing goes all the way up.
How are we supposed to get up there?
Hang on. It's pitch black, but I think there's a switch.
Pull the switch. Hello. Стълбичка.
A ladder.
Want to go up?
И привет на повечето. Скритото сърце. Това са всичките митични същества.
Is that a crab?
It's got a translucent exoskeleton. You can actually see its insides.
Also, crabs normally have 2 claws, right? Not 3? You sure we should be touching it?
Grimoire, don't you think it looks familiar?
Като от детската книжка. Increasingly creepy. Не криси. Increasingly groovy. Мога ли да флосвам с този рак?
This
Трябва да го
crab
погледна
really
как беше.
That little wooden toy we found?
Yeah, but I don't think that's going to help us. I think I've seen it more recently.
Трябва да го видя пак обаче. Children's book. Окей. Две отворени. Някакси на така. И една изпружена и затворена малка. Окей.
Is that a
It's got a
also crab?
Нещо такова. Нещо такова.
Perfect.
Ха. О!
What's this?
something somebody didn't want us to find.
Well. Кладенец, кладенец, кладенец. Слот за телескоп. Слот за макара. Това е било мерника, това е било тетивата. Crab Dab. Пилищи на Death Puzzle. Това пък не се сещам какво е. Привет! Ами игричката се казва Tangle Tower и е квестче с много приятен рисунък. Хокшот не е детектив, а е убиец.
What is it?
Bonk.
Was someone trying to hide it? From us?
I don't know, but it looks incomplete to me. I want to know what happened to the rest of it. Where are the other parts?
Вече ги имаме.
We found them already.
Привет, Теди. И имаме дори стрелата. Ха! Някой има зъб на семейство Ремингтън. Но защо Фрея?
What do you make of it?
Защо
Not sure.
Фрея?
Let's keep an open mind.
You don't think the crossbow is the murder weapon?
Oh no, the crossbow is definitely the murder weapon. But that doesn't mean we've solved the mystery.
Човекът с нулеви претенции към наследството на Ремингтън. И съответно семейство Фелоу. Лична вендета. Тя е била 19 годишно момиче. Каква вендета? We are the crabs, your nuts we grab.
Hooks.
Очудващо страховита мисъл. Така както го кажеш.
Big hooks.
Ooh. I only like the big hooks, if you know what I mean.
Some kind of fish and a bird skull, I guess?
If that's a bird skull, we're talking about a 15-foot bird here.
Това е колекция
stop
от
talking
митологични
about it.
същества, буквално. How about we stop talking about it, милишкия гримуар?
Some kind of fish and a...
If that
Well, how about we stop talking?
Снимката с задрасканите очи.
Who are all the people in this photo?
Not sure, but it looks like someone didn't like them very much.
Това, което се пишеше в дневника на
Their
Фрея.
eyes have all been crossed out.
Group photo. A photograph in a sturdy wooden frame. It's dusty and looks several years old. A brass plaque at the base of the frame reads, "The Ambassadors of Misted Mansion." The photo shows 2 women and 3 men, wearing a variety of different styles of clothing. All 5 people have had their faces crudely covered with black ink. Кои сте вие?
That photo is important. I'm sure of it.
Бащата и чичото, нали?
Another photograph.
Their faces are all
Всъщност
crossed out
винаги е
with some kind
жената
of
човек.
black ink.
That's weird.
Ще е
Oh,
Шела
you
фан.
think so?
No, I mean, something I just realized. Sally, did we meet any of these people here at Tangle Tower?
Well, the woman on the left looks a little like Poppy, but her style is way different. And at first I thought the guy on the top right was Felix. But now that I look at it, I don't think it is him.
What the fuck?
Those aren't bird cages.
Some of them are disconcertingly large.
At least they're all empty.
You sure that's a good thing? Centipede? Millipede? How many legs has it got?
Too many.
Точно така. Колкото и крака да има, пак са твърде много.
Dragon?
Не, това е създанието от книжката, тъпчо.
Snake?
Worm?
That's the one. Do those look like scratch marks to you? On the glass?
Yeah. They're on the inside. It's a wooden
Diagrammat.
pinboard, hung up on one of the chains.
Looks like there's a couple of things missing from it.
Най-сетне намерихме мястото за... A large central sheet of paper has been pinned to it. 4 lines have been drawn from a gap in the center. A smaller sheet underneath features a drawing resembling the silhouette of a cloaked figure.
Crumpled up paper.
Is there anything written on any of it?
Not really. It's mostly blank.
Nice chair.
Хубаво футиолче, да. Бих си сменил тапицерията на моето. Да е такова.
It's still warm.
Maybe it's just heat from the incinerator.
Футиойла е сложен до... пещта.
Maybe.
Окей.
Coffee table, half-empty wine bottle, lamp left on. I'm gonna say someone's been using this room.
Someone complacent enough to leave their notebook lying around.
Може би се надява, че никой няма да влезем в тази стая. Several pages have been ripped out, but a few remain. 5th ambassador located, finally. Can't say I harbored any optimism, but still somehow disappointed. No better than the rest of them. Took my misted friend into the music room for experiments. It works. Perhaps too well. The laboratory was another disappointment. All that effort, for what? He's even more short-sighted than I could have ever guessed. Went to the bottom. Nice view. It's been mostly cleaned out, but I have what I need. She got in. She was careful, nothing was moved, but I know. It's time. My misted friend. В музикалната стая намерихме статуетката, където нещо беше счупено. Аха. Ето с какво е експериментирала. Който и да го е писал това.
An axe and some kind of hunting rifle, mounted on the wall.
An axe and some kind of hunting
Honestly,
rifle.
doesn't look like they've been moved in a few years.
че ще знаят, ако някой влиза в стаите и градините.
I'm more worried
Нали?
about the third one.
The third one?
Липсващия арбалет, който е поставен
The
там
one
горе.
that isn't there.
That's a bookcase. It's mostly empty.
Футьола е убиеца.
What a surprise.
Възможно е.
An incinerator built into the wall.
Нищо притеснително.
It's still
Всеки
pretty
има
odd.
пещ, вградена в стената си.
Is there anything left inside?
It's mostly ashes. But yeah, there's something.
Not much more than a pile of dust and ash. Among the ashes are several buttons. Black buttons. Red-colored scraps of fabric are still visible.
Someone's been using this room. You know, in any normal room, this thing would be my main concern. In here, though, it barely makes the top 3.
Нали? Модела на мечка, изправен на стената. Има ли нещо, което сме пропуснали тук?
They call this room a study?
What would you call it?
The secret death chamber
Много по-подходящо.
of doom. I don't get it. This room is in the original building plans for the mansion, but nowadays it's some big secret?
It's not a secret to everybody. At least one other person still knows about this room.
The way the notebook was left out on the table makes me think it's someone who has the room all to themselves.
Whoever it was, they left more than just the notebook. There's a whole design project on this pinboard. Feels like someone put quite a bit of effort into it.
It's a shame there are things missing from it. I'm betting it'd make more sense if we could see it all together.
That might not be impossible, you know.
Let's do it. Да питаш някой готвач. Юрка, I summon you. Тук ли си още? Експериментираш една запеканка и те съмнява, че като сложиш накрая кашкавал ще залепне тотално на тавата. Надявам се тук да има някой по-опитен от мен, приятелю. Моят съвет би бил буха и пък да видим какво ще стане. Така. Тази. Средната рисунка.
Painting from Freya's room and those sketches. Did Freya design Detective Hawkshaw's clothes? What kind of sense does that make?
I don't think that's why Freya made that painting, but it may have been why somebody took a photo of it to use as reference. And as for those sketches of Hawkshaw, I don't think Freya actually drew them. It was somebody else, someone with less of a talent for art.
Doesn't exactly narrow it down. Should we go ask Detective Hawkshaw about all this?
I'm not sure. I still don't know what's really going on.
Норче, може би ще го свърша една идея преди 6, честно казвам. Ако трябва да сме напълно честни. И мисля като приключа да приключа и със стрима. The Murder.
Time to solve this.
Явно. Време е да го разплетем. The Machinations of Murder.
All right, break out the notebook. Time to put it all together.
Let's start with this. It's an arrow for the crossbow, and it matches Freya's wound. It's the murder weapon. I'm sure of it.
Despite the fact it doesn't have any blood on it, and it wasn't found anywhere near the crime scene.
Mm-hmm. It was cleaned, then it was hidden. I don't think anybody expected us to get down to that room at the bottom of the lake.
Okay, so Freya was shot by a crossbow. Where was it fired from?
Отгоре, от стаята, която беше скрита.
It was fired from above Freya,
above, huh?
Yeah, our diagram doesn't show everything. Let's add in the rest of the crime scene.
The attic.
Perfect hiding place. We even found a part of the murder weapon up there. The reel was used to pull the arrow back up through the crack in the floorboards.
Explains why we never found a weapon at the crime scene, I guess.
The murderer must have dropped the reel in the attic. I'm guessing they were in a hurry to escape.
Wait. The arrow was fired through the crack in the floorboards?
Yeah, it's directly above where Freya was found lying on her back.
Nope. Doesn't add up. It would have missed her if she was still standing up by the painting.
Ah, right.
Unless...
Но тя вече беше паднала.
Freya was already lying on her back before the arrow was fired.
I think so too.
Без съзнание била.
She'd fallen unconscious.
Something in the room caused Freya to fall unconscious.
Грамофона.
The gramophone.
Right.
But the gramophone by itself can't do that.
Имаше нещо в грамофона.
There was something in the gramophone.
Mm-hmm. Something small.
Пищящата златна боболечка. Само да я намеря.
Pointer's research says it can emit an incredibly loud hiss when it feels threatened. Poppy and Fitz
95
both
decibela.
said they heard a loud noise around the time of the murder. Neither of them had any idea what it was.
This seems a little far-fetched. Is it really loud enough to knock someone out?
No, I don't think so, not by itself. But don't forget, it was being amplified by the shape of the gramophone. I don't think we're purely talking about volume either. It might just be a particular type of frequency.
This is getting kinda scientific. Since
I don't.
Whoa,
but
whoops.
I think someone else
Detective
does.
Pikachu said,
Do you
абсолютно.
remember that statue we found in the music room? The hornet's playing. It's a pretty similar shape to the one on the gramophone.
И
That
там е
broken
било
glass
тествано.
isn't there on accident. This is someone's science experiment.
Thinking about it, Pointer said he saw Flora was knocked out too. I guess they were both in range of the noise, although Pointer might have been lying.
Personally, I think he was telling the truth about that. It's pretty clear a powerful frequency did pass through Flora's tower. Caused quite a bit of damage too.
Доста неща, впрочем, са били счупени. Буичките, например.
Those cracks didn't appear out of nowhere. Freya's paints, the pink cassette tape, and the gramophone itself, they all sustained similar damage while they were in that room.
That's some seriously powerful vibration, enough to crack metal, enough to knock someone out all the way across a room.
Yeah, that's the one thing I don't get. If the frequency was so powerful and had such a big range, how did the murderer pull it off? Wouldn't they have been in range too? Think about it. They can't have been much further away from the gramophone than Flora was.
Защитили са се.
They protected themselves.
How?
Ушанките.
These are some pretty heavy-duty earmuffs. I think they'd be enough to block out the sound.
Right. Let's go over everything from the start. 1.
Дали
Freya
бих
is
цъкнал
painting
Pokemon
Flora's
Sword and
portrait.
Shield?
They're listening to
Нямам
music on the
Switch.
gramophone.
2.
Все още.
The murderer is hiding in the attic, wearing earmuffs.
3.
Иначе
The
потенциално да.
golden beetle starts to emit its hissing noise.
Hold on. How did it know?
The beetle?
Yeah, what triggered it at that particular moment? Pointer's research said it makes the noise when it feels threatened.
I'm not sure. Maybe something in the music?
Maybe.
4. Freya and Flora are both knocked unconscious by the vibrations. Freya lands on her back. She drops the brush and palette by her side.
5. The murderer fires the crossbow directly downwards.
6. The arrow is pulled back up on the reel.
7. The murderer leaves the attic, presumably.
8. The door is kicked down. Fitz and Poppy enter the room.
That's it. There's something bothering me.
What?
I just want to check something. Let's go back to the crime scene.
Добре. работа на Флора.
The answer is in the painting. I'm sure of it.
The plant.
Къде е второто растение? Защо не беше паднало в градината, в която бяхме досега? В смисъл не досега, но в която вече бяхме. Градината, където се срещат Фиц и Попи. Ако е паднало директно надолу, щеше да е там.
It's in the book.
What?
Look. I can see the stars. Freya, did you leave us a clue?
Липсващата.
So what's
Следа.
bothering you?
Something that's not here. The thing we didn't find.
Второто растение.
We know she was holding it during the painting.
Flora's ink dip feather?
It was here, in this room. Where'd it go?
Намерихме го другаде. Беше изгорено там долу.
We found it somewhere else.
Беше в пещта.
We were a little too late to save it.
So it was stolen from the crime scene, and ended up in the incinerator down in the study.
Someone wanted to destroy it, I guess.
But how? How was it stolen from up here in Flora's tower?
Presumably, Flora dropped it when she fell unconscious.
Yeah, and then what? The murderer couldn't have stolen it if they were up in the attic.
So the question is, how could they steal something from a room they weren't able to access? The final clue about the crime scene. Freya left it for us right here.
В незавършената картина.
It's in the unfinished painting. It's not quite a photo, but still, it's an image of the crime scene recorded just before the murder. If only she'd finished it, then I could be totally sure.
It's true she never finished it, but she did intend to finish it.
Meaning?
We know more about the painting than what Freya actually got down on the canvas.
Тъй като имаме нейната палета.
Freya prepared all the colors she was going to need before she started painting.
И ето това жълто ще е било предназначено за ето тази скица на нещо, което стои в прозореца.
The yellow paint was going to be used to paint the sketch of something sitting in the window.
Something in the window. Oh.
That's not it.
Не ми ли върши работа това? Ето това. Птичката. Там не е имало кашпичка, а е имало птичка.
There she is. Our little thief.
Малкият крадец.
How long has it been there? Did it hear the whole conversation?
She did,
Hello, Hawkshaw.
but she's a very good listener. Well now, I think this has quite served its purpose, don't you?
Hawkshaw. Привет, Пенелопи.
Penny, why did you...
It's Penelope, if you don't mind. But before we begin, isn't there a certain formality demanding our attention?
Впрочем, тук ми е любопитно какво ще стане, ако я оставя незавързана, защото в предишното ми изиграване ей бях вързал ръцете.
I'm afraid I have to insist.
Нима.
It's to the benefit of us all, I assure you.
Окей, явно трябва да се връзваме. Щем не щем.
Lovely. Now, tell me, what was it that drove you this far? I'm ever so curious.
I just need to know the truth.
Is that right? Interesting.
Why did you do it, Penny? What did Freya do to you?
Absolutely nothing.
So,
Перфектният мотив.
you just hated her indiscriminately?
Freya Fellow was an inspiration to us all. She was possessed of a great energy, the volition to create something from nothing, the willpower to walk beyond her boundaries. She was truly free. Everything I couldn't be.
You know what? I just realized I actually have no idea who Penelope Pointer really is.
Weird, isn't it? Considering we've met her, what is it, 3 times now?
Exactly. How do we know this one isn't a disguise too?
You think you've already hollowed us out, don't you? Only a few short hours at Tangle Tower, and you feel like you've got everyone sussed, unearthed every single one of our secrets. Nothing
Всичките
but
бяха.
bullet points for your notebook.
Точно така.
Go on, indulge me. What does it say in your notes about Penelope Pointer?
Тук отново ще пробвам нещо различно, защото първи път цъкнах She's a murderer. She's lonely.
Suppose I can't argue with that, can I?
Penny, we only know what you choose to tell us, so why not help us out?
Very well. Penelope Pointer is actually not very important at all. She pales in comparison to those who came before her and to those that came after. Living at Tangle Tower, it is very difficult to attain the levels of self-realization you probably take for granted.
You sure this is a Tangle Tower thing and not a you thing?
Perhaps you didn't notice. Not one of them is happy, not one.
So why stay? Why not just leave?
I thought she did leave. Penny, you said you traveled, didn't you?
I did. Many times I've walked away. It did not help me. You saw the family tree hanging in the grand hall, did you not?
Yeah, it lists a bunch of people who don't live here anymore.
A bunch of people who don't live here anymore. I couldn't have put it better myself. My mother, for one. My father, too. The other 2 Remingtons. Poppy's mother, Primrose. And her brother, Richard.
And Fitz's father.
That's 5. 5 people that might have lived here, but don't.
And that
Петимата на снимката.
was the first question I wanted answered.
You wanted to know where they'd all gone?
More than that, I wanted to know if I belonged with them. I have no place here. Not among the Fellows, the Remingtons, or the Pointers. But I felt there must be a reason why everyone else left. Some common purpose they all shared. Perhaps it could be my purpose too.
So, what did you actually do about it?
Nothing I could do, at first. Nobody would tell me anything. The more questions I asked, the fewer answers I got. Then, I found it. I was 19. Same age Freya is now.
Found what?
The study.
The study. The one hidden in the middle of the house. It's right next to a bedroom.
I'd hear voices at night. Deep ones. And the strangest thing, the wall behind my bed would get incredibly hot. For hours on end, the paint would peel, wallpaper wouldn't stay up. I thought I was cursed. I thought it was something trying to break through. Eventually, I couldn't take it anymore. I found my way in the same way you did. Once you know it's there, it's simple.
So, you got into the study and found the incinerator. That must have been a relief, right?
It was still warm when I found it. Then, I looked inside.
Ерата на Misted Mansion.
Let's see how thorough you've been. Tell me, do you know what a misted is?
Misted?
Да.
Mistids? Sure, yeah.
You're more observant than I thought.
Sorry, what are we talking about?
It's a collective term from before my time.
Душичка.
Birds, insects, amphibians, anything living off the lake water. The mutation can take several generations, or it can happen overnight.
Wait, mistids, like cryptids, like Bigfoot or whatever.
A little egregious, isn't it? I suspect that was an intentional parallel. The main difference being mistids are perfectly real. They're just kept secret. Or at least, that was the original plan. As it happened, some got out. Quite a few got out.
How do you know all this?
When I entered the study at 19, I found a single object that rather changed my life. Something which answered my questions while at once creating all new ones.
Книжката?
That's not it.
Ресърча ли беше? Или фотографията?
The 5 missing family members standing together as a single unit, calling themselves the ambassadors of a misted mansion.
So,
Темата липсваща.
the house was renamed from Misted Mansion to Tangle Tower?
And rightly so. The age of Misted Mansion is long past. When I looked inside the incinerator on my first visit to the study, I found nothing but ash. The afterimage of a bygone era denied to me in its entirety. The study, the room at the bottom of the lake itself, all empty shells. I felt my only hope lay with the ambassadors. If I could find them, maybe they'd share the family history that Flora and the others were trying so hard to forget.
How did you track them down?
It was tough. They'd taken almost everything. Books, maps, charts, the creatures themselves, all lost, taken away or destroyed. But I got lucky. I got a lead. I found one, and he led me to the rest.
And? What happened? Why'd you paint out all their faces?
They didn't help you either, did they?
19-year-old me had imagined they'd all left with a mission, a unified purpose. But they hadn't.
Red Thunder.
They were, in fact, every bit as fractured as the people that still live here. Most of them had left tracking escaped mistids. Some claimed to be researchers, others little more than hunters. All 5 completely useless to me.
Ouch.
Even your own parents?
Съвсем накрая, Кико. Съвсем накрая.
Eventually, I returned to Tangle Tower. I had nowhere else to go. I considered giving up. But instead, I made a decision.
A lowly entomologist.
There was only one person at Tangle Tower still of interest to me. My dear Uncle Pointer had suddenly made a show of taking up astronomy. A fairly superficial charade. I don't think many people were fooled by it. But I knew it wasn't just a falsehood. It was a mask. Pointer had found something from the era of Misted Mansion.
Намерила е боболечката.
So, where did he get the beetle?
I cannot be sure. But I theorize that he received it in the post.
In the post? From
По
who?
почтата.
Who can say? Someone outside Tangle Tower. But the thought that he would be in contact with such a person, all that time, I decided to take what was owed to me.
So you stole it.
Stealing the beetle turned out to be only the first step. Upon realizing it was gone, Pointer made little effort to disguise his frustration. I asked what was bothering him. He foresaw no risk in sharing a little of the truth with his niece. He told me he'd lost a rare treasure, something he'd been keeping safe. I suggested, innocently, that perhaps it was not lost. Perhaps it had been stolen. He was very ready to believe he'd been the victim of theft. When I offered to call in a private detective, he jumped on the idea. She arrived the next day. Hawkshaw prides herself on her punctuality, as you know.
Why, though? Why go through all that? The name, the costume, and everything?
It's somewhat sad to admit, but I had little use left for Penny Pointer as she was. Hawkshaw afforded me new advantages, opportunities.
But didn't you have to pretend to be working for Professor Pointer?
Well, that was one of the advantages. Pointer was in such a desperate state, he was finally willing to share some of his secrets. On the second day, Hawkshaw explained she needed to be able to search the secret laboratory. Pointer gave in and gave me the code for the harp statue. Reluctantly, but still.
So, you stole Pointer's research?
I would have done, if I'd found anything worth stealing. But he had made remarkably little progress, barely scratching the surface of the beetle's true mystery.
Which is?
It carries an exoskeleton approximately 90% identical to gold. But it's not the 90% I'm interested in. Did you ever question what exactly makes the water here so unique? Before Misted Mansion was built over the lake, before the lake was even a lake, Lord Remington and his wife built a small structure here, a research station, supposedly. Fast forward 2 or 3 generations, and as you saw for yourself, it's been mostly cleared out.
The ambassadors took everything when they left.
And everything they didn't take was burned in the incinerator. However, possessing additional insight, I found something the others had missed. It's not much, but I have what I need.
So, why isn't this the end of the story? Why did you stay? Why did you kill Freya?
The Will of Freya Fellow. Bonk. Thunk. Thunk.
Simply put, Freya was too good for me. It's my fault. I pushed her over the edge, unknowingly, but still, I take the blame.
What are you talking about?
Did you know I based the design for Hawkshaw on something Freya painted?
Да, беше доста очевидно. Портрет.
That's right. I had assumed it was purely abstract. I just thought it had a good energy. I later discovered it was a figure of some kind, something from Freya's recurring nightmare. For all her vitality, I think Freya was probably the most troubled of all of us. She was desperate to leave Tangle Tower.
Обикновено художниците са така.
Walk away. For quite some time, she'd been trying to break into Pointer's laboratory. Freya and her friends were halfway through deciphering those symbols on the harp statue, I believe.
Why did she care about getting into Pointer's lab?
That's exactly what I wondered. At first, I thought perhaps she just wanted to free the beetles. She has a fondness for them. What Pointer was doing upset her significantly. But in fact, I think it was something else. I think she wanted to free Fiona. The real reason Freya was unable to leave Tangle Tower is that she could not get Fiona to agree to come with her. We're now firmly in the realm of speculation, but I think Freya felt that exposing the darker secrets of Tangle Tower, not just to the rest of the family, but to the world, would compromise all 3 families, and perhaps, somehow, free Fiona from the shackles of her inheritance. That was her plan anyway, but something happened. Before Freya could find her way into Pointer's laboratory.
She found her way into your study, found your notes, found that photograph. I'm willing to bet she put it all together quicker than we did.
So
Разбрала,
she worked
че
out what had
убила
happened to the
останалите
5
семейства.
ambassadors. Specifically, what you'd done to them when they refused to help you.
Freya had made a promise to paint Flora as a birthday gift, a parting gift no less. She'd be in a locked room, several hours away from her friends. It was my best chance.
Фрея е убита
But
по
why hide
най-простата
in the
причина.
attic? And why
Разбрала е
bother
твърде
with the
много.
beetle at all?
The beetle in the gramophone wasn't for Freya. It was for Flora. She didn't deserve to be involved. She suffered enough. I couldn't get Flora out of her room, but if she could be unconscious, then she wouldn't have
Игличката е
to
страхотна,
witness
да.
anything.
Why the knife? The illusion of the painted knife with the blood.
That was for Fiona. And Poppy too, I suppose. Gave them something to focus on.
You mean it distracted them while you made your escape?
It helped them cope. The very idea of something abstract, something supernatural. I believe it made things marginally less painful for them, initially. Worked on you, too.
So why are you still here? Why not take your first chance and leave?
Well, I've been waiting for an opportunity to get my beetle back. I'd really rather not leave without it.
Wait, it's still here?
It's still inside the gramophone.
И ето какво стряска боболечката. Едно ниво нагоре. Браво, бе, Кико. Отново на ръба на езерото.
What's going on?
Poppy, they are both awake.
I can see.
You two all right?
My head hurts. What happened to us?
You were both unconscious. 14 minutes by my count.
Really?
You're both fine. No injuries.
Was it the beetle? In the gramophone? I heard it through the ceiling in my room.
The exact same sound we heard before the murder.
I guess it must have been.
So how did we get down here? What happened to Penny?
Fitz saved both of you, obviously.
When I reached
Oh,
Flora's
look at
tower,
it.
you were both unconscious, and Penny was crouched down beside you. She had her crossbow on her, but who knows? She may have just been checking you were both asleep.
Did you know that she was the murderer?
Poppy and Fifi suspected her. Apparently, they were pretty close to solving it themselves.
Fitz did not want to believe us because he liked Penny a lot.
О,
But what happened? Fitz, what did she do when she saw you?
She jumped out the window.
What? Did she survive?
She did.
I heard something land in the garden outside my room, but by the time I got out there to check, she was already gone.
Hang on. Poppy, why do you have Penny's hat bird?
She left him behind. I found him sitting on the floor in the aviary, all by himself.
о,
Poor little thing. The mean lady didn't care about you at all, did she? No, she didn't.
I apologize. Poppy seems to be under the illusion that the bird can understand human language.
So, Penny got away.
I'm afraid she did.
We had suspected she might try to escape. I was stationed here by the lake's edge. I proved to be an ineffective guard. She took the boat.
о.
Did she take the beetle with her?
Nope,
How do you know?
because it's right here.
It was still in the gramophone. I guess I scared her off before she had a chance to take it.
Poppy, what are you going to do with it? Are you going to give it back to your father?
No, I'm not. It doesn't belong to anyone. So, I'm going to put it on the ground and never bother it again. I think that's what she would have wanted.
Около тази боболечка толкова много лъжи и убийства. С Богом поболече. А това беше Tangle Tower. И все още се чудя дали има още краища и неразкрити неща. Трябва да прочета някъде. И да видя как се стига до тях. Ако има такива изобщо. Абсолютна мафия. Let's know next time. Да, задължително ще погледна някъде. Игричката е доста нова, може да няма супер добри walkthrough все още, но със сигурност ще погледна. И да, хареса ли ви? Мисля, че беше много чаровно квещенце. Отново спонсорирано от Европейския съюз. Very nice. Смислено похарчени фондове. Very wholesome indeed. И нямам търпение да видя още приключения на Гримуар и Сали. Те като цяло заформят поредица, защото е имало някаква предходна игричка дебютна за това студио и изграждат някаква мини вселена на детектив Гримуар и неговата помощничка Сали. Да звучаваш, да видиш кой звучава Гримуар. Voices, ето ти. Едвин Ти Йонг. Сали била помощничката. Всъщност, по-скоро и тя е детектив. Грешно се изразявам. Реално няма водещ и помощник. И като цяло тя има доста по-логична мисъл от него в главата през повечето време. Ами, това беше за днес от мен. Не съм подготвил други игрички, така че след само половин час Нора ще се включи на същото каналче. Благодаря за фолуа злоба. Не знам дали може да поеме от сега, вероятно има нужда все още от някакво време, така че евентуално да хостна нещо или някой. Букаш. Играта утре отключва чак към 2 и нещо. Сериозно ли бе? Баси тъжното. Добре, ще измислим. Утре теоретично започваме The Outer Worlds, която е новата игра на Obsidian и нямам търпение. Хайп! Да, GG от мен. И хубав следобед. Стойте тук, Нора идва след няма и половин час вече.